I got a story to tell. Beer in my hand, it's ringing the bell. Rajay in the house, let's raise the roof. They taste the hops, time to share the truth. Screw is slit, feels like a dream. Crafted with care, know what I mean. Pour it out, let the flavors collide. Join me now, it's a beer for just ride. Reach your glass, take a sip. Rajay's beer, let it rip.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday night here on the channel. Another thirsty Thursday, so to speak. And we just kind of drink some beer and have some chat and just kind of do whatever comes up. So hopefully if you guys be a part of that and participate, ask any questions, have fun, join us, let us know what you're actually drinking out there too. And get ready for the weekend, so to speak. So great to see you again, Todd. As always, my friend.
How you been? It's been a while.
Good. It's been a while. Yeah, it's kind of been crazy the last few weeks on stuff, and even going in for the next couple of weeks. But things are starting to settle back down, which is a good thing. So yeah. So trying to get more stuff up on the channel. Put out a couple reviews earlier this week, last Saturday. On the Midwest Beer Show, me and Dave had Cal on from Soluble Oak, which was also pretty great. Kind of sharing what they actually put out, which is a great little additive you could put into your beer in that instant oak. So we experimented with different beers, and we're pleasantly surprised on what we found from the different styles that we use. So if you didn't catch that episode, make sure to check that out.
Okay. We'll have to check it out. I want to ask you then. Let everybody can go watch it.
What were you going to ask?
No, I was just going to ask you, so does it make everything taste like it's been sitting in the barrel?
Yeah, I mean, it does add a oak overtone and a nice mouthfeel to the beer itself. Not as heavy, I didn't think, as far as some of the woodiness. The wood does come through, but not as heavy as if it might have been a barrel aged, although Dave did get a little bit more wood, I think, on his. But we did two different versions. I actually had the, I can grab it here. I had the American oak, which was the dark, and he had the French oak. So basically take a few drops, put it right into the beer, and within seconds, it has that oak appeal. So it's kind of that new beer tech taking place. And this size, if I was doing a 5-gallon batch, you would put this into the tank after fermenting, and then this will add it to all the oak feel through it. Obviously, doing a can of beer, it only takes a few drops, but nice little thing to actually have and experiment with. So crazy how the beer world is changing.
So what beer did you try with it?
I did one of the Sunglider Golden Ales. I also did one of the Pale Ale, India Pale Ales. And I also did the Irish Red Ale that I had here. The Irish Red Ale was really good. I mean, that and the Golden Lager were both pretty good. And then I think I did another one, too. I think I did 4 that night. And they did a Guinness and a couple other ones. So, yeah, we checked on different styles, and it was nice. It came through to be a nice little surprise for sure.
I bet the Guinness would have been nice or been tasty.
Yeah. Both Dave and Cal. I mean, Cal created it, and Dave he did it before with the Guinness. Did it with this one. He really added an appeal to it, which will be kind of interesting for me to try because they did the Guinness draft. I have not been as much a fan of the Guinness draft ever since really doing the 4 and extra stout. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Guinness, but once you go to 4 and extra stout level, it's kind of like you can't look back. You're in a whole different area, and it's kind of like that just spoils you, I feel like. Yeah. But to take something like this, and I put it with that Sunglider from Firestone Walker, which is already a good golden lager, and it just gave it a little bit more appeal. So then it's like if you take an adjunct lager, maybe you just grab like a Bud or a Miller or something along those lines, it can actually change that mouthfeel for you and give you something different out of it. So put in one of your basic type beers, and it might be a little bit different. So maybe for those people looking to save a few bucks or something and want to get like some lower price beer, but want to have that appeal, might be something to add into it, at least fake the funk, as they used to say back in the day.
So would they think to buy it online at their website or?
Yeah, on the website you can get it, and they ship all over the country to it. So you can get they've got like a little bottle of the French oak, so you can get like a smaller size, or you can get something like this size if you're actually a home brewer. A lot of home brewers are doing it. We actually had one of the breweries on from out in Washington that works with Cal Thomas. He was talking about how they use it in their beers and stuff too, and so it's definitely getting a growing appeal. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like the hop terpenes that breweries are using to actually infuse more of a hop feel into beer, whereas it's like this little liquid, you put it in there and it pretty much adds that much more of a hop appeal to it than maybe having to go through some of the dry hopping type things. So it's technology at work. I mean, we got AI on all kinds of things, and now we got all these other stuff happening with beers. So can't stop the technology moving forward.
I'll have to remember to tell my friend Aaron that's on here, that jumps in sometimes in the comments. I don't know if he's watching right now or not, but I have to remember to tell him because he just started home brewing again. So
yeah, definitely. So yeah, anybody that, again, if you want to see how it actually works, I put a shorts out as well, and I got a couple other ones to put out, but the full video from last Saturday night for the Midwest Beer Show was Soluble Oak. Shout out to JT in the house with the reggae boogie disco rock. What's up, my friend? Happy Thursday. Got Ray in the house. Sup, guys? Cheers, Ray.
What's up, Ray?
Need captions. Have to have volume off. LOL. What, he's like, is people sleeping in the house? You got to keep it down there? What's happening? It should be captions on the channel, though. If you click the CC, it should kick in. Singing, I want to ship you all over singing. JT's feeling good here on this Thursday night. Speaking of feeling good, I want to feel a little good. I'm going to crack open a beer. Todd, did you crack open one already?
Not yet, but I got one getting ready to.
What you got, my friend?
So my brother went to Nashville last week for work, and this hotel that he stays in actually has a brewery there. And I think it's called Rock and Dough, I think is the name of the brewery. But he didn't actually bring any of their beers back this time because he said they didn't have much to choose from. But they had a whole refrigerator selection of stuff. And so he did bring back a 6-pack and 2 4-packs. So, and this one is from the XUL Beer Company, or Zool, or whatever you say it.
Oh, yeah. Our buddy Yeti's a big fan of Zool and Nutmeg too, I believe.
And this is Lost History Double IPA. There's the can.
Oh,
you can see it. I can't see it very well because I got the screen, but yeah, here we go.
There you go.
It's a kind of cool artwork.
It reminds me of Taxman with the skeleton there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
So Citra, what does it say? Hell, it blends in. I can't hardly read it. Citra, Motua, and Nelson hops.
Nice. What's the
ABV
on that one?
8.3. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pick it up with the little lightweight one, as we do here.
Yeah. Start out low, right? Yeah. Let's start with the baby beer. So,
that's right.
Speaking of beers,
that smells so good.
Coming out, MadTree this week released their 2026 version of Galaxy High, which is one of my favorite beers from MadTree.
Oh, nice.
Really does Galaxy hop. So if you get a chance to get MadTree, or Todd, if you want me to try to grab you some, let me know. I can definitely see if I can pick up some there.
If you're able to
get in.
Yeah, if you're able to grab one, I'll for sure, or 6-pack or 4-pack or whatever they come in, or just like off fall or whatever. I'll take that as well.
I think that might be something that can work out.
I don't think
people with your people on that one.
Yeah, we can work. Yeah, we'll get them to hook up and see what happens. I don't think I've had that one that's been several years. I don't remember the last year actually. I know you sent it to me before when we did a beer trade, but
yeah,
I've had it since then also. But it's been a bit.
It's a good one
at least. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one, and really highlights the Galaxy hop there. What up, Rod? Great to see you, my friend. Cheers. And Rob actually stopped in when we were doing the Midwest show with the Soluble Oak on Saturday. But great to have you back here. As we're we're rolling again on Thursdays here. Some it's been a little infrequent, but we're trying to keep it going. I ended up changing a little position at work, so I got a little bit more time doing some stuff there. But now things starting to get back in line. So hopefully we'll keep this moving forward and keep having a great time, of course. JT is drinking a West Coast IPA. Say it isn't so, JT. Say it isn't so. Vallejo by Half Acre. Half Acre does some great beers, though. So if you're going to branch out, why not with Half Acre? Green Ghost IPA from a local brewery. Very nice. So it seems like we're all on the IPA train. So keep it going. And I'm going to actually get ready to get a little of the Mind Haze. So Galaxy Bender Double Hazy IPA, Firestone Walker. Going to check this one out. 8.5% ABV. Shout out to Firestone. Yeah, shout out to Firestone. This is from their new Mind Haze Mix 12-pack. So I'll actually be doing all three of their beers tonight, probably. They're killing it out there. So yeah, and I'm going to actually at some point here, probably in the next couple of weeks, start getting into the Brewmasters Collective they sent to me as well to share some of the beers with the Parabola. I did do the Flanders, and actually our buddy Joe, the Beer Patrol, just put up his video of the Flanders recently. So I don't know if you saw that on his channel, but that was part of the same
not yet.
First quarter of the Brewmasters Collective, and it was really good, really good.
Man, I wish they still get Firestone here. How when we had them?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, they got like California, obviously, and I think it's only like 8 or 9 other states right now.
I still got a few of their, like the Parabolas and a couple of their other ones that come in a box that they were, the little ones, the 12 ounces that come in a box or whatever, their specialty ones. I still have several of those downstairs in the basement, and I need to tear into them.
Because there are some of those from over the years too.
Yeah, I got some years on them, so I need to start getting into them. But yeah, I hate that we can't get them here anymore. I used to love getting their stuff.
Yeah. Firestone is definitely, it's kind of like they do such good stuff, and you hate to drink it sometimes because once it's gone, it's gone. But the Galaxy Bender,
the boxes they've been sending.
The boxes.
I was gonna say those boxes they've been sending you guys look really good.
Yeah, I'm not hating on them, that's for sure. but as this beer sits here, I'm getting a nice aroma coming off the nose. But give you a little rundown on this one. So Galaxy Bender, a new force in the Mind Haze universe. Galaxy Bender unleashes vibrant waves of tropical fruit and bright citrus with notes of grapefruit, peach, and tropical punch. Double Hazy IPA, 8.5, profile grapefruit, peach, tropical punch. I mean, it's definitely got that coming out of the glass here right now. A look here at the beer as it's settling in. It's like that pineapple yellow color that you get on it. Had a decent head that's starting to come down a little bit, but leaving some nice lacing. That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Like coming to America, that's definitely good. Definitely good.
Can't hate on that one. Can't hate on that one.
Yeah. That beer good. Yeah, great citrus, tropical. It's got that juiciness to it. Yeah, it's just when you think sometimes you just want to get into the classic West Coast style, you have something like this, and it's like, okay, I can appreciate some of the juiciness as well. So definitely hits you with the nice flavor. Yeah, Rod said today is an IPA kind of day. We were like 79, I think, today. And it did feel like that kind of day for an IPA. Like the Reds were playing, it was a day game. My office where I sit now, I could actually see into the Red Stadium, so I can watch the game basically from my desk and stuff, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow.
Yeah, cool. But it was just like when you went outside, you had a nice breeze and stuff. And it definitely, I'll give it to Rod. It did feel like an IPA day when you were out there. So kind of right on point. And yeah, so I just put up a weird one. I don't know if you saw the review I did this week. It's almost like you ever get like, what's the last beer you got that you kind of like, I wouldn't say you regretted it, but what was like the last beer you got where it was just like, yeah, I probably wouldn't do that again. Like it was just like disappointed you. Like, when I say disappointed you, but it was something that really caught you off guard. Like why did they do this? Yeah.
Like you're expecting way more and you didn't get it.
And from like a good brewery, like a good brewery too, not like a bad brewery, but like a good brewery. Like why would you even go down this road?
That's a good one. I don't really have an answer off the top of my head, honestly. Like,
yeah,
trying to think. I don't want to throw something out there and then say it's, and come up with the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I'd have to think about that one for a minute.
Yeah. Well, I did the review this week that I put up for those of you that saw it. High Grain and their Fa King, because it's not really Pho, it's Fa, right? Like Fa King, which is funny because when you put them together, it's like Fa King. It's kind of like a play on words. Like, I see what you did there. Fa King. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Fa King? Okay.
What you're doing there. Yeah. But I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. It was one of the ones that came off the winter type thing. It was still flavor wise, when I did the review, it was still in the perfect seasonality of it. It took a while to get it up on the channel, but it definitely had, kind of could have thought that, but it definitely had that umami type feel to it. It's kind of like a lot of stuff happening with it. It was a different experience. Didn't hate it, didn't love it, didn't maybe fully understand it, but it was kind of like a little bit of a mess. Just kind of all the different things taking place with it. And it was just like, they do so many other good style of beers. It's just like, why even get into this one? But part of the experimentation, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things just you don't know until you try it,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but you got to experiment, I guess. And like I said, when I went to that Urban Artifact, and it was the first time I ever did the pickle beer, which I was really surprised how much I actually did like the pickle beer. Like, I was kind of worried, like, am I going to dig this? Is this going to be kind of just too weird? And that one, on a nice spring day, can be a good one to drink as well, especially if you're a pickle fan.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, since you brought that one up, that might be one, but because I'm not a pickle person, so I didn't like it.
You didn't like that one?
I don't know if it's the same one you had, but I had a pickled beard, and I was like, nope, not for me.
No, sir, not for me.
And I said, and probably not to be fair, because I don't like pickles, so there's no way I was going to like it. And I was like, yeah, nope, no good.
Was it the one from Urban Artifact, or was it somewhere
I think
different?
it was. I think it might have been, actually.
Pickle beer, I think. And yeah, I mean, they sell a lot of it here in Cincinnati, but it was interesting, I was like looking for a flight. I needed the fourth beer, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it a try. So, but that double coconut pineapple, or that coconut pineapple double IPA they had was so tasty. JT said, ironically, it was a beer from my favorite Dovetail. I hated their Hoffenlager. Sweet Jeebus. Why? Yeah, that might be something like that. That was like the one that I had here. Because one of the other reviews I had with them, I think I have it maybe coming up on the channel. They did like one called a pretzel, like a twisted pretzel, I think, which is a really good pretzel beer. But then it's like, then you did this pho beer, and I'm like, why? I mean, there was no need. I mean, trying to be different, I guess. Sometimes you can outthink yourself, though, I think.
Yeah, sometimes you try to do too much to make it something that it's not, and then you're like, maybe I should have simplified it just a bit.
Yeah. It's like craft beer can be too crafty at points. Should be a Beastie Boy remix, Too Crafty. But yeah, I mean, if I had a beer hot take, I'd be like, know your lane, stay in your lane. But then we wouldn't get some other stuff that we get to experience either. So sometimes some of the mistakes become some of the good beers that later on.
Well, true. Yeah, that is very true. Yeah. Kind of scrolling through some Untapped, just looking back to see like
the ones that might have thrown you off or whatever. Like,
yeah,
That was kind of like that scenario.
Because I mean, honestly, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that just like, oh, never again. But I know there's been stuff out there. I'm just not thinking of it.
What about some of the old watermelon beers? I know that threw some people off in the past, like not as being as good as they thought they were going to be. Have you done anything like that?
I mean,
that used to be something a few years ago that people actually did.
We did bring back a watermelon beer, wheat beer from when we went to Jungle Gyms this past time, but I can't remember who made that one. And it wasn't great. But I'm not American, but I'm not a huge watermelon fan. I like the flavor of watermelon. I just don't like watermelon itself very much, which doesn't make sense, I know, but
well, growing up as a kid, I would use ketchup, but I didn't like tomatoes. You know, not everything makes sense all the time.
Well, say my brother is the opposite. He likes tomatoes, but he won't eat ketchup. He's complete opposite. He's like, nope, won't do ketchup, but he'll eat tomatoes like nobody's tomorrow, nobody's business.
Yeah,
but that's funny.
Yeah,
I have to say it was probably something from Goodwood, but I'm trying to think of what beer it would have been. Because I've never had anything from them that's just blown me away. But
when we came down last year, we went to Goodwood. We did get something. I remember it was either me or you or me and Shane talking about. It was one of their, I think, bourbon barrel aged ones, and it just didn't hit like you expected it to.
Yeah, you all did a review. I remember you did a review outside on that one.
Yeah.
I think that was the one you were doing. Yeah.
Not terrible, but just like not what we expected it to be. Neither one of us were impressed by it there. And not to hate on Goodwood. I mean, they've had some beers I thought that were decent, and then it's just, there's some that are going to be off. I think almost all breweries can kind of have that situation, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you're going to have that from from time to time from different breweries for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Trying to pull up a profile here and see. Is there a way you can just list all your beers by how you check them in?
Well, yeah. If you go under the beers you drank.
Well, I mean, I thought there was a way to go into where, like, you do, like from 4 to 5 stars or 3 to 4 stars or whatever, like rate it like that to where it pulls up.
Yeah, if you go under the beers, the drinks you had, like that, where it says see all, you can sort it by star ratings that you gave.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just didn't go far enough into it. Okay.
Yeah, you can sort it by that. Yeah, I mentioned the Galaxy High. That's one of the few beers I gave a 5 out of 5 to from back in the day. It's that tasty. See if it holds up now in 2026. But speaking of like hype beers, like, what's the last beer you had that was a hype beer that didn't live up to the hype in your mind?
A hype beer that didn't live up.
Like everybody just raves about it. You had it, you're like, it's okay. It's not, it's good, but it's not as great as what everybody kind of has. Like, I
kind of feel like Bourbon County's kind of fallen into that category a little bit.
You think like it's a good else?
Like it's a good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good, and I would never turn it down. And I don't go searching for it anymore. But if I see it, if I haven't bought it and I see it, I'll buy it just because I want to try the new year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
As where before I'd go first thing in the morning and sometimes stand in line for an hour to make sure I got a bottle of whatever, in the variants or whatever. And I'm just not to that point anymore. I'm like, I mean, there's other stuff out there is equally as good, if not better. So, I mean, I think Bourbon County, although it's still a great beer, it's just not, I don't think what the hype used to be and maybe what it still is. To me, it's just not up to par for that.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't mean there are people that kind of feel like that way. I know, and I wonder is this because we have so much competition now in that barrel aged market, and it's
I
kind of
think so.
like all the other stuff is now caught up with this. I mean, it's still, I think it's still a pretty solid pour, but you get these other ones that are out there, especially some of these more like now 10 years in the game craft type breweries that kind of got their game down. It's kind of like they put out some good bourbon age type stuff,
Right.
I know we talk about Epic and Big Bad Baptist, and
Oh yeah.
price wise you can almost get a better value on that than you do for Bourbon County. So
Oh yeah. Like I said, I'm not hating on Bourbon County at all, but for the hype and everything around it or whatever, I'm not sure that the hype is even still there like it used to be. But to me, that would be one, just because and it does seem to be more readily available than it used to be. But even 3-4 years ago. But
yeah,
like I said, I've never turned it down, and I still pick it up when I see it. If I haven't had it yet and I see it, I'll still pick it up. But it's not. It still doesn't. I don't think it meets what it did for me. The last 5 or 10 years.
right. Yeah, I've got one coming to the channel. I'm going to see how people actually think about it, but it's one of those things where it's definitely a beer on the pedestal, but I'm like, all right, I feel like it's still solid, it's still good, but is it really worth what people are saying about it? Now, JT says every hop butcher beer I've had is overrated to me. Also, most barrel-aged stouts. Although, JT, you are more of a lager type fan on a lot of different lager styles. Hop Butcher, I feel like they always deliver every time I've had their stuff. But some of the barrel-aged stuff, I can see that they may not be as strong. Struck me as a fad now. It's like baggy jeans, way outstayed as welcome, don't you think? Yeah, I mean, that you say that. One thing I was thinking when Todd was saying the barrel age was like, could it be part of like a fad? Is it going to start dying down where people are getting out of it? Because we do see lagers definitely making a strong play back over the last year or two. Still get the barrel age out there, but I don't know if it's as big as it used to be. So maybe it starts to die down some.
Yeah. So my local brewery, that I've helped brew a few beers for, over the last several months, he's been coming out with more like lagers and ales, like lower ABV stuff, and that shit's flying off the shelf. Like they're not, for the longest time, like they had an IPA that was pretty much everybody's go-to. Now he just put on like a Mexican cerveza, what was the other? The blonde? Or no, it was just a lager, and everything. They're all 4%, 4.2. Like they're not big knock your socks off beers or whatever, but man, they're good. And it's like easy drinking, and just especially not being summertime, it's like he's like, man, I'm about to brew some more of this stuff. Brew some more. He's like, everybody's drinking is just these couple 2 or 3 beers, and I'm like, yeah.
I can see that being definitely the popular play for sure. I mean, we already know that some of the lower ABV stuff is a good play for things, but like Mexican cerveza, as the heat's breaking, a lot of those Mexican beers are just growing in popularity. That breweries are doing them now. Like you don't have to go get like a Corona or a Pacifico or one of those. So many craft breweries have something coming out. The ones that I had from Ska, the one that they've been doing it for numerous years, but never really had it until now. And it was so smooth that, usually put your feet up outside on a nice warm day and just relax and chill,
Yeah, that Mexican cerveza he's got is similar to those. It's along the lines of those, but they're in my opinion, they're a lot better than the Coronas or the Modelos or whatever. Like it's definitely a better beer. I feel like
down towards your area, some up here too. West 6 has a pretty good cerveza.
They do, they do.
Yeah,
true. They actually do. Which
weird,
oddly enough, and I probably might pick it up more now since he put that one, his Mexican cerveza on. Just kind of forget about him, You see him and just like it doesn't really excite you, even though when you drink them, they're like, oh, these are good. Like, why don't I drink these more?
Yeah. It's like those are the kind of ones you want if you're out like on the golf course or something like that. Everything where you're getting nice flavor, but you're not getting hammered. You can still kind of focus in on the game some. So,
Right. Yeah.
which I
So I
actually
pulled.
need. Mm-hmm.
So I pulled up my Untapped, and it was a beer I checked in. So I'm not sure. This is long. This is in 2015. So, but I gave it a 0.25 rating on Untapped.
Whoa. That was pretty harsh on that one.
And it's called Cortez Gold from Mission Brewing, and it was a Belgian blonde. But the global ranking on it, but the overall ranking on it, was only a 3.3. So.
Did you put any notes on it for why you gave it such a low
No,
rating?
and I didn't. A lot of those back when I first started on Untapped, I really didn't put a lot of notes on there. Like I said, that was probably back. That was probably back when I first started, so it probably wasn't even as bad as I rated it. But back then, that's probably when I was first getting into craft beers or whatever. But
I don't even think I gave Still Reserve a 0.25.
Yeah, you may not be able to now. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. I don't think you can. Honestly, I'm not really sure if you can or not.
I mean, that's a flow rider. Low. That's some apple bottom jeans low right there. Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, time to get into another one here. And we'll keep it flowing with the Firestone Walker. And this is going to be a look at the Cosmic Crusher. And that's going to be another one of the Mind Haze beers. They're Juicy Imperial. Going to take it up a notch. 9.5% ABV. So step it up a percent on this one. And I do my little trusty card here. Do I have it? Put it somewhere around here. Oh, here it is. Cosmic Crusher, a celestial explosion of juicy flavor packed with bold pineapple and mango notes, big haze, and massive fruit character at an impressive 9.5. Pineapple, mango, tropical juice. All right, let's crack this baby open and see how this one goes. And for all of these, I'll have reviews up individually, kind of giving more detail. Tonight is just more for the enjoyment of the beer itself.
Yeah, I need to get back in the swing of things. I've been lacking here in the last few weeks of putting any new stuff out.
It's just been such hectic of a schedule. It's been hard to plan it.
I had a 4 or 5, 6 of them at where I did it for a while, so I was good. And then I just kind of fell behind on putting anything out.
Yeah. Trust me, it's hard to stay the course sometimes, but, there you go. So this one's more of the orange type color that we have on this one here. Definitely get a nice little mango kick.
I like mango.
Juicy. Yeah, the mango comes in nicely on the back end of this one here. Little bit of a pineapple there, like a pineapple juice type feel on the aftertaste. So I think I like the other one a little bit better though. The Galaxy Bender as it stands, but Cosmic Crusher isn't bad. It's almost got that feel because, like, you guys have been to the DR, like when you get that fresh fruit on the bar, like that fresh pineapple or mango slice type thing. It's got a nice fresh fruit. It's got a nice fresh fruit appeal to it. So I give them props for that. Still Reserve would keep you warm on a cold, dark night waiting for a catch out. Well, Still Reserve is, There's not many good things you can really do with Still Reserve. I don't know if I would have, if someone said you got to drink a Still Reserve or a Natty Daddy, which one? It'd be a tough competition, I think, between the two. You had to choose a Still Reserve or a Natty Daddy.
I'm going Natty Daddy. To be honest with you, I'm still reserved. No, not so much. Not a fan. That could possibly be on the. I've never rated it on Untapped. That might be the worst one I've had. That might have been one of the worst ones I've had.
Yeah.
To be honest,
that's definitely a beer from when you want to get lit. Like, I don't care. I just want to drink something, and I want to get drunk.
Right.
Good hobo beer. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because the other review I put up this week was Fatheads and their Stumbleberry. So Fatheads and their Bumbleberry, which Todd as well, is a pretty popular beer, the blueberry wheat ale they do, but they made a Stumbleberry, which is a 9%, I believe, ABV version.
nice.
And I'm like, well, you say that, but it's like, if this isn't like just like some type of bum juice disguise, I'm not sure. Not necessarily terrible, but definitely you put it in a stovepipe 19.2 ounce can. Yeah, you're trying to get somebody lit on this beer at 9% ABV, and you definitely get a little bit of that syrupy type feel coming through. It was interesting. It's kind of like craft beer is making like some of the bum juice out there now. So. It was an interesting play, because the Bumbleberry is so well received. I don't know how people are going to like the Stumbleberry.
The Bumbleberry. I've had the Bumbleberry. It is good. I do like that one.
Yeah,
but not so much on the Stumbleberry, though, huh?
I mean, you get 2 of them for like $6 at Kroger. I mean, you definitely get a nice little quick buzz on a cheap note for sure. So I know the crowd they're going for with it, but yeah. It's kind of like,
so you have to drink that one and keep it in the brown bag, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think you could take it out of the brown bag because it's a craft brewery, but technically it probably should be a brown bag beer. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of loses the appeal that way, though, if you do that. So
you're right. But if you get it for 2 for $6, but you can also get like Rheingei's Truth 2 for $6. I'm like, I'll get the Truth. I'll get that instead, or I'll get like 2 of the Voodoo Rangers versus getting that. I mean, the Voodoo Ranger kind of sometimes you could think might be kind of that way, especially with their Galactic one that's 11% ABV now, but definitely had a little bit more of a flavor appeal in my book. But yeah, just interested to see they keep turning up to higher ABVs in his 19.2 ounce cans. So.
Yeah, so somebody's buying them, I guess.
Oh yeah, if I was in college or something, or if I was on the cheap, I mean, yeah, I would definitely, like I said, just grab a couple cans and you look at it. As people are basically saying, well, I don't want to get a whole 6-pack, right? Or I'm trying to cut back. So you get 2 19.2 ounce cans versus 72 ounces in a 6-pack. So people can kind of do that. Yeah, but I don't know. If you're trying to turn up and get your ABV on that way, I think there's other choices that might be a little bit better. I mean, that you might want to pick up. You might be better off just getting a fifth of, not a fifth, but the pint size of whiskey instead of getting one of those. But yeah, doing that Stumbleberry this week was just kind of an interesting one. It was kind of like, all right, let me check it out. So not all of them are as big as a winner as you would like them to be, as we know, but it's all part of the game. And as I say, doing it for science. I do it all for science. When is the NFL draft? I thought the NFL draft started today. Is that next week? Isn't it? I kept seeing mock draft stuff, but maybe we're a week out.
I don't know. That's a good question. I honestly have no idea.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was always thinking it was more in the summertime.
No, it's usually in April.
Is it?
I can't remember. Yeah. Excuse me, I had a sneeze. Freaking allergies this year have been crazy. Allergy season is.
I mean, you think I would know? Oh yeah,
but
yeah. I'm knock on wood. I don't really have allergies, so I don't really have to deal with it. But
It's been rough for you as a Colts fan, so you may not.
Nah, well, I mean, I was gonna say, you think I
know.
would know when the draft was gonna be, since the number one pick's gonna be an Indiana player. So
Yeah. It's been kind of
Mendoza
funny
sounds like
seeing,
he's gonna be the number one. So we'll see.
but they just picked up. Was it Cousins? They just signed out there as well.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too. I was like, so does that mean anything? But I don't think it does. I think it's might just be bringing him in as more of like a mentor. And
I think they probably brought him in because he has that knowledge and being able to
right,
Mendoza learn under him for a little bit. I don't think they're going to give
yeah,
Mendoza a starting reigns. Although, really, like you're the Raiders, you have nothing to lose at all to give him the
all
starting
right.
reigns. I
He might as well. He might as well.
outside of getting dude killed, like with Joe Burrow, God, the Bengals, it's like, how many more drafts do you have to go through to realize draft some linemen to protect this guy? Like, where are you going to get that guy killed in the middle of the football field? So any seasonal beers you've picked up or anything? Like, have you? I didn't pick up my Oberon yet. I still need to get some of that because I don't want to disappoint Joe and not have Oberon.
Yeah, you got to do that just for Joe's sake, if nothing else.
Him and Paul. I know it's a favorite for them.
You know what? Honestly, I haven't picked up a lot of beer, much of any lately. Honestly,
Yeah. How much do you put into eating seasonal beers? Do you even think seasonal beers matter anymore?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like, shouldn't say I don't think so, because I feel like maybe there's some that probably do, but I feel like the things just sit on the shelves longer than they used to. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't have to rush out and buy like Oberon, for instance. Like, that was one back in the day where if you didn't go get it when a couple days when it came out, it was gone. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
for that reason. But now it's like you get it, you can pick it up anytime. It's no big deal.
Yeah, Oberon and Hop Clam were both that way from Bell's, and they stick around for a while now when they come out.
Hop Slam especially. Yeah, that's a good one. Now that you said that, because I remember when it come out, especially at the liquor stores here. I remember sending my mom out while I was at work, like, hey, can you run up to the, back in the day, it was, which are still pretty good, but the keg liquors was the name of the store, and I was like, hey, can you run up to the keg? They got Hop Slam, because this can be gone before I get home. So
you have mom beer shopping.
Oh yeah. And the thing was, is like they were so limited on the supply that they had that they don't only let you get 2 cans of it.
Yeah, they used to
or
limit
2
on
bottles
that
or whatever it was. I don't remember. I think it was bottles then. Maybe it was cans. I can't remember now. Long ago. But
well, being in Indiana, you had the zombie dust the same way, where they would limit.
Yeah, zombie dust. Zombie dust was the exact same way with the first. Yeah. I got zombie dust. All right, let's go get it. And then if you didn't get there by within hours of it really, being hitting the shelves, you were out of luck until whenever it came out again. Whenever they put. Of course, that's not seasonal. That was just more of just whenever they decided to send it down.
Right, when they had the new release on it.
Yeah,
I remember back too, like years ago, we talk about here on the channel, like 450 North, where you had to go there for stuff, but now you just see it popping up in stores, and you see it in stores for a bit of time. Like, it's not being right off the shelves anymore, So,
and the liquor store I was just talking about, they get their releases. I wouldn't say probably within a couple weeks when they have a new release or whatever. They always have them on the shelf.
Yeah,
like 6 or 8 of them. So it's like, there's no reason to go up there anymore. So I don't even know. Yeah. Honestly, unless I go, depends on how often I go to the store, to that liquor store, and they see different ones. I'm like, okay. Because they'll date them like when it comes out. And a lot of those will still sit there for a long time. It's like, man, and being sours or whatnot, it's like, I don't know if you can keep them this long, but go for it.
Yeah. Well, one of my stores here, even Trillium will sit there for a bit longer than it used to. Trillium used to be gone the day it came in, and now it'll be there for at least a week or so before people end up finally getting it. So
were you getting it? Were you getting it in other places besides the Jungle Gyms?
Yeah, we got the one place I have here that's on Xavier University's campus. They actually have it there. So they get it. They get Trillium distribution and Jungle Gyms. Like we were at Jungle Gyms. That was really one of the first times I saw Trillium, even at Jungle Gyms, the time we were there. So that was kind of newer for them to receive that month, I think.
Yeah, because I bought some Trillium last time we were up that way. We went to Jungle Gyms whenever it was last fall. I guess it was probably.
You bought a lot of stuff at Jungle Gyms, my friend.
I did. And sadly enough, I still probably have a few cans left over from that. I mean, I guess it's not really that sad because it was a shit ton of beer. So
a shit ton of beer, yeah. I mean,
but I have worked my way through it. So,
well, unfortunately, next time up for Shannon, like the THC stuff isn't there anymore because of that law that got passed. Where now they can't even serve THC drinks in the stores, and they even got rid of the gummies. So you have to go to dispense, but we do have dispensaries here, so you can always go to the dispensary to do stuff. But a lot of dispensaries don't want to carry the drinks or really the gummies because it's not one of their profitable lines to deal with. So
I think last time I was in the store here, I think we get the THC here, the THC beers here
in Indiana.
Yeah.
But not in Ohio. Ohio passed a thing where they yeah. And then nationwide, right now, federally, they're pulling them off like by I think September or something, unless they do something about it. So just so stupid. What's up, Az? Az in the house. We were talking about you earlier, my friend. Speaking of tough to be a fan, I've been watching the Saints 2009 season on YouTube, the full games. What an awesome team that was. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, I feel like, the Saints, when they did win following Katrina, it just seemed like it was just such a great feel to see them win after the whole Katrina stuff happened, that they ended up winning the Super Bowl. It was just like brought that city, that championship finally, and kind of brought the city together after all the turmoil went through. But I feel like they should have won a Super Bowl back in the 90s. I just don't know how Jim Mora couldn't get it done with them. They had such good talent back then. They just couldn't get over the hump. Maybach by Off Color, the Saison by Dovetail in the Fridge for Later. Very nice. Absolutely, seasonal beers matter, as says. There's just so many choices these days.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Saisons are hit and miss for him. Yeah, I could get Saison.
Especially like your pumpkin ales and, or your Christmas ales, and there's so many of those anymore. Like it used to just be a handful of, I feel like years ago that everybody did them, but now everybody does them. So
yeah. So now you got expanded out there. And Great Lakes, they'll do their, I think it's July. They do a Christmas special release of their Christmas ale for July, for Christmas in July. Then later it'll come out in October or whatever. But they do like on draft in Cleveland at the Tap House. But I don't know. I feel like the seasonal is definitely in play. There's some things you look forward to. Like I said, I've always looked through, like when Oberon came out, it just felt right because that was usually the sign of spring being here. But for most beers, I drink them all year round. It's kind of just like
no big deal. Like, okay.
No big deal. But it's like Great Lakes, like they just brought out their Chill Wave and Lake Erie Monster. They come out here during this time. So it's like you're bringing out these high Imperial IPAs, right when it's hot and warm and stuff outside. So it's just like that's just how their calendar runs. But two great ones from Great Lakes.
I was gonna say those are fantastic beers too. Both of those.
Yeah. Agree about Saisons with Dovetail Nelson. I'm happy to report Saints should have won at least one more Super Bowl between 2017 and 2019. Yeah, well, it's that timing where there's a lot of teams. If it wasn't for the Bulls in the 90s in basketball, other teams might have won a championship besides just the Rockets. Which let's say if Jordan wouldn't have retired, I think they would have won all 8 years that year, that decade.
Yeah, probably true. It's probably true.
Like they interviewed with Kenny Smith on TNT. Like was it Kenny Smith? Yeah, Kenny Smith. Like thinking they would have still won even if Jordan been playing. Like no, Kenny. No, like Barkley. Kenny, you ain't gonna win with Jordan out there.
Yeah. No, you're not. You're not.
You knucklehead.
Yeah.
Jordan taking those two seasons off to play baseball helped out the Rockets. So yeah. But
because they won again as soon as he came back, right?
Right. He came back, got the rust off, and then ended up winning another three-peat, right? So
because they won 3, then it was off, and then 3, three more. So was that when the Rockets won in between those two? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Rockets went back to back when Jordan was out. So
yeah.
Which I think what would have been interesting, obviously, is if Magic wouldn't had to step away with the HIV when he was first diagnosed with everything to see how his Lakers would have done versus that 90 Bulls team or whatever. Because they went to 9 championships in the 80s. They won 5 of them. And they were definitely still at the top around the 90s. And then all that stuff crashed down.
Well, didn't you think like how many more? I mean, is there another team comparable during the Bulls run, because the Lakers had the Celtics to deal with those years. It was always those two, and battling it out in the end.
Lakers had Celtics, they had Pistons, they had the Sixers. They had more formidable, I think, teams to have to go against during time. Now, Jordan had to go against Detroit, which Isaiah always loves to say he never beat them in a series. But and by the time he was doing it on a good run, Bird had his back and stuff acting up, so he was just about retiring from the Celtics and stuff. But early on, when he came out of college, I mean, he had a tough setup there, but, he was still young and the team wasn't put together yet. And, Phil Jackson was that last piece that came in and did stuff. And, of course, he got Scottie Pippen on the team when they drafted him, and that made the big difference too. But it's kind of like all the comparisons that kind of come out about Jordan and going against LeBron and all, like, you can't even really compare like the things between them. But if you do compare, it's kind of like you look at how many Hall of Famers, potential Hall of Famers that LeBron has played with versus what Mike played with. And you look at all these other stats and everybody's like, LeBron's got more points. Well, LeBron, you play a lot longer, and LeBron's a top talent. So, and the league got lax where they don't foul like they did back then. I mean, it would have been interesting to put LeBron in the 80s and have him take the abuse when Jordan never getting beat up with the bad boys. LeBron
in the 80s, they wouldn't LeBron, as much as he cries nowadays, he would not even made it in the 80s. I don't care what his talent was.
The 80s and
just
NBA
crybaby
is like growing up as a Gen X child. And it was like you would do something and you would cry and your parents would be like, quit crying before I give you something to cry about. That was like the 80s and me.
Right, yeah.
LeBron playing now and doing the NBA is kind of like he's crying. Well, let's go see what's wrong with him. Like they coddle him now, so it's not the same as it was back then. So that was the.
And back then it's like, hey, rub some dirt on it. Just come on, go play. You're okay.
That was the hot stove decade back then. Like, kid's gonna touch a hot stove. Nope, don't tell him. Let him do it. He'll figure out himself when he touches the hot stove not to do it again.
Well, and a prime example was Isaiah in the playoffs when he hurt his ankle and was limping the whole time. In the one game they played, and it was like he couldn't even put weight on it, but he still played.
Dude, we had people in the 80s that played basketball in a neck brace.
Yeah.
There's video. You go back and you watch some players that were all-stars that played in a neck brace. It's just now, I mean, like the worst thing nowadays, you see somebody play with a Hannibal Lecter mask or something. But no, there was a full neck brace and all kinds of stuff people played in back in the day. And for less money, too.
For a lot less money. Yeah.
A lot less. But it is interesting how it's kind of been shaped now and changed.
I feel like that's in every sport though. Like the greats for their time frame, and you get the greats of now, like LeBron and Jordan. Like that's a prime example. And it's like the games in every aspect of every football, baseball, basketball, whatever. That's all different now. Like the equipment's much better. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if nothing else, I mean, I don't know, basketball's that much different because it's a basketball. There ain't a lot of much equipment change, but baseball for sure because you got different,
Yeah.
bats and different things that's taking place, and football is a little different, but basketball, you're just putting it in the hoops. So I think as far as differences from 50 years ago, I mean, the game has changed for sure, but
yeah. Well, speaking of
and some of
baseball,
even the
'cause,
great, like back, like Pistol Pete back in the days, like hell, he might be averaging 70 points a game now with the 3-point line and all that. Like hard telling.
Yeah, whenever you interview Barkley about something, and you always gotta love Barkley just because the way he outspoken on stuff and doesn't hold back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
has basically no filter. And they're like talking to him about if Jordan could what he would do in the league nowadays, and he was just like, "Are you kidding me? Like with the way the rules are, you can't touch a person." And he's like, "Jordan would kill you guys out there."
Oh yeah, I've heard him say that. Yeah, I've heard him say it many times. Like he'd get away with anything. It's like there's no foul. Like it's like he'd score 70 points a game nowadays. Like it wouldn't even be a problem.
Yeah, he averaged like 50-something points for a season, like the way it is now. So it's totally different. But you being a baseball player back in the day, one of the things we were talking about earlier, some of the younger guys at work were talking about like the best baseball player. And someone said, well, Barry Bonds, being one of the best one out there. And they were comparing him versus some other people. I was like, the craziest thing is like Tony Gwynn. And I was telling him about Tony Gwynn, like pull up Tony Gwynn like that. And Tony Gwynn, the craziest stat in baseball is literally he could be up to bat 1,100 plus more times, strike out every time, and will still have a 300 career average. It's insane. It's one of the craziest stats.
And probably still have less strikeouts than the most guys that struck out.
Right.
Because I think he only struck out like 50 something times in his whole career or something like that, or 45 times or something stupid. Like something dumb. Like that doesn't make sense.
The only batter that Maddox faced that couldn't strike out. He could never strike out Tony Gwynn. And he used to do an interview, like when a guy said he saw an interview with Maddox before talking about he hated facing Tony Gwynn whenever Tony Gwynn came up to bat because he couldn't get him out. I mean, Tony Gwynn, he just had that hand-eye coordination. And it was just like, but that's like one of the craziest stats you can see about baseball player. Imagine like be up 1,100 more times and I will still have a 300 Hall of Fame average.
I know, that is nuts. I mean, 1,100 times, that's so they get what 400 or 500 at bats a season. So I mean, you're talking another 2.5 seasons probably.
Yeah.
So he could bat zero. He could bat zero for 2.5 seasons and still bat over 300 for a career. I mean, that is absurd.
Let me see, because I did it at work. Let me see if I have it here.
I can still hear you, but I'm gonna grab another beer. But I can still hear you.
Okay. See if I have it here for Tony Gwynn.
I mean, Wade Boggs was another great one too. I mean, he wasn't on Gwynn's level, but he wasn't that far behind, I don't think.
Who was?
Wade Boggs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't compare anybody with Tony Gwynn as far as hitting goes. But no doubt. But I mean, he's his own category when it comes to that.
Where is it here? He never hit below 289 in any season. Never struck out more than 40 times in a season. Struck out every 25.7 at bats.
Tony Gwynn?
Yeah, Tony Gwynn.
I didn't think it was that many.
I want to see what the crazy stat was. So I can see here. I'm trying to think of how I typed it in before because it went right to it when I did it. Crazy stat. Yeah, there it is. Possible stats include never striking out in 107 matchups against Greg Maddux, totaling only 434 strikeouts over 10,232 plate appearances, and maintaining a 300-plus career average, even if he went hitless for the last 1182 at-bats.
That's crazy. That's absurd right there.
That is very absurd. The most times he struck out in a single season was 40 in 1988. Think of it, even 162 games. Take off some games for this or that, maybe. So maybe say 150 games, and you still only struck out 40 times. You're at plate 4 times a game, most likely, at least.
Yeah.
And I think you only struck out 40. Never struck out
Nowadays-
3 times in his entire 20-year career. Only struck out 3 times in a single game once, 1986.
I'd like to see like the stat now, like how many. I'd say just about every single player probably strikes out over 100 times a season.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot that don't, but I'd say there's more that probably do than don't.
He only hit below 309 twice in his 20-year career.
That's crazy.
I mean, Tony Gwynn was a beast of a player, you know. So many times I think that gets lost because everybody kind of looks at who's the home run champion and things like that. But baseball is about getting the ball in play. Tony Gwynn was one of the best ones to do it. You get surprised by that beer or something, you got kind of a smirk there, like.
Well, now I saw something, but I forgot I put them in the freezer a little bit, but it was just a little slush in the bottom. I didn't even think they were in there that long.
Like, I didn't pick up 450 North.
Wow, so I poured a little bit on the. I did pour a little bit on a napkin here just to see. I was like, "What the hell is in the bottom of that?" Because it was one of the beers that my brother brought back. I was like, and I tapped it. I was like, "Oh, it's just a little slush." I was like, "Damn, why is it so slushy?" Because it wasn't even in the freezer that long. I just put him in there long enough while I went out and cut grass. Come back in just to get him cold.
It was Irish coffee cream ale was the other one I put that oak in on Saturday. That was really good.
Ooh, an Irish cream. Nice. Oh, I bet that was good.
Yeah.
I'll have to get some of that. I'd like to try that.
So now I'm going to get the Mind Haze Juicy Hazy IPA. So this is the third from the Firestone Walker Mind Haze Variety Pack. The original Mind Haze experience bursting with electrifying tropical flavor and a luxuriously velvety mouthfeel that delivers smooth, juicy drinkability. Tropical fruit, citrus, soft haze. Little baby one at 6.7% ABV. It's a baby one.
Just a baby. Well, I'm going a little bit babyish than you are, so. This one is the Tailgate Orange Wheat Beer.
Oh, okay.
Another one that my brother brought back with him.
Is that from Tailgate Brewery?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be interested to see how that is because I've only had their peanut butter beers from Tailgate.
And this one comes in at 5%, which is not bad for a wheat beer.
Yeah. Speaking of peanut butter like beers, even though neither of us are having one right now, but thinking of Tailgate, what's your thoughts now on like some of the I say like fad type beers where it's kind of, I say fad like the adjunct type thing, peanut butter, pickle. Obviously, I know the pickle, what your thoughts are on that. But just in general, like those type of beers that kind of have kind of a fad type feel to them.
It's kind of hit and miss. Like, just because I love peanut butter, you know, I like anything peanut butter for the most part. So I'm really interested in most peanut butter, like stouts or porters, whatever you see. I'm always interested in those just to see. And most of the time they usually disappoint me because I feel like most of the peanut butter stuff's always like feels like the powdered PB5 or PB, whatever it's called. Like the powdered stuff, you know, not actual peanut butter. So it's always kind of disappointing. And saying that, some of them are pretty good, but it's always, I don't know why, it's always intriguing, but I don't know. I like some of the mint beer type stuff. You know, some of the mint, like the Girl Scout. What was the Southern Tier did the Girl Scout?
Oh,
like
yeah.
The mint Girl Scout one was really good. You know, some of the.
I think they call it thick mint for the one they did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that was really good. And I don't know. I mean, it depends. Some of it gets overplayed, I think, sometimes, but I'm also up for like anybody coming up with a concoction of some mix of whatever just to try it and see what it is. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
like our local brewer, like the brewery I was talking about.
Is there any like
I hope
adjuncts you don't like in a beer? I mean, what?
I feel like most stuff that has cherry in it's disappointing for me. I feel like most things that's cherry flavored.
Do you get like the cough syrup?
Yeah. That's kind of too much artificial flavor, like cherry for me. I don't honestly know if I've any kind of cherry beer that I was like, oh, this is great. You know, I mean, like this is really good. I'd say there's been a bunch of them, but the cherry ones I've had is always like, as Joe would probably say, like Robitussin or something kind of flavor. It's kind of like that kind of generic feel to it.
Chris Rock put some tussin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with like the cherry is one of those flavors where it can definitely get to a medicinal type feel at points sometimes. Definitely a fine line to walk with that one.
What about you as far as flavor?
As far as any type of adjunct, I mean, candies are kind of like some of the bane. So some like the lemon type stuff, I'm not always a huge fan of.
Yeah, that's a good one too, because I'm not much the lemon stuff either, to be honest.
Yeah. So kind of like I did that Stumbleberry, the Bumbleberry, I can tolerate some. Not a huge like blueberry type fruit type adjunct in that, but the Stumbleberry almost pushed it too much. Like it's almost over the level for what I want it to be. For the blueberry, some of the fruits can be kind of that way. Really, those are probably the ones there. I did have a bacon beer one time that was just too heavily baked, too much bacon. It was too heavy bacon focus.
That reminds me when I had it Against the Grain when they did a bacon beer, and I was actually there. And I think they were just doing it as like a taste. I don't know if they ever actually came out with it, but that tasted like the first drink or two is like, oh, this is really good. Then after that, I was like, no, I can't do any more of this. This is like it making me sick. And it tasted like you're drinking straight like bacon grease. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is too much. I can't do a full one of these. Like it was a small sample. I was like, okay, a couple sips, like it's good. But after that, I was like, nope, I'm done.
You like want to say like it's bacon. How can you mess up bacon in something? Like, but in some beers, it's like it ruins it somehow.
There's a way, yeah. So I don't know if it was like a rock beer or a Roush or whatever, like the smoke beer. I can't remember what kind of beer it was. I'm sure it's probably what it was, but it was too heavy bacon flavored for me anyway, like greasy kind of. I mean, that's the way I felt. It was like more of a bacon grease taste to it than it was actually bacon.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like I had the flavor of it, but it was all kind of it was kind of like yeah, I can't do this.
And I still probably think the biggest adjunct that was a surprise for me that I've actually enjoyed more than I ever thought would be coconut. Because coconut in itself, I'm not a fan of, but coconut and beer, I've always found good pleasure in it now.
Same here. But the weird thing is I like the Samoa Girl Scouts, but I only really like them if I put them in the refrigerator or the freezer. I don't like them just straight out of the package.
You can numb that texture. Take it
I think that's what it is, because you don't get the crunch of the. I mean, it's all crunchy, so you don't get the crunch of like the coconut. And I think that is what it is. Like I like the taste of it. I just don't like the mouthfeel of like the coconut.
Yeah, I think the people.
But when you put it in the freezer, then it's really good.
I think it's the same thing that people do with Jägermeister.
Yeah, true. But I do like a good like coconut stout or porter or whatever. I do like the coconut flavoring in a beer, which is kind of weird. But...
Which is funny with
Jägermeister. I guess not really weird, because I do like the coconut flavoring. I just don't care much for the texture of the coconut. That has to be what it is, the texture of it. Because when I freeze the Samoas, it's all solid anyway, so it all tastes the same kind of. But you just get that coconut flavoring to it.
It is kind of funny with Jägermeister though, because like you'll tell some people like you're not a fan of Jägermeister, and they're like, "Well, did you put it in the freezer?" It's just like it's like the whole Zima thing again. Did you put a Jolly Rancher in it? Like,
Yeah, right. True. Yeah. Did you doctor it up a little bit? Like, but you know what? Jägermeister in the freezer is a lot better than if you take it, drink it straight out of the bottle when you just pop it open. I will say that. I mean,
yeah, it's funny. We were
I used to drink a shit ton of Jägermeister back in the day because she always hated when I drank that stuff.
I cannot escape this liqueur anywhere I go. So we had like a sales training thing at work this past week. And one of the guy that was leading our training type thing was from Chicago. So what do you think he brings up in the training? From
Probably
Chicago.
Goose Island. Probably Goose Island.
No, think about the worst thing in Chicago you would bring up to drink.
Oh, Malort.
Exactly. So he's telling us thing. He's talking to us, and he's like, "Have you guys ever heard of this Malort thing?" And like, yeah, and of course I'm like, "Oh yeah," and a couple of people, and it's just like, because he grew up in Chicago. He's like, "I've never heard of Malort until recently." I'm like, "Well." I was like, I know people in Chicago that actually have definitely done it in the Chicago handshake with that and the beer and things like that. And it was just like, I cannot escape Malort showing up at places. Well, later on, I'm trying to explain to one of the guys what Malort is like. And it's just like, well, he uses wormwood kind of in the distilling of it. But it's like, just thinking there was an alcohol that was done with like your dirty laundry water. This is like where you're at. I said, but the funny thing is, it's probably not the worst thing I've had, because it's like if I have that versus Ouzo is worse to me, or Jägermeister is worse to me than what that is. I could actually do Malort more than I could do the other two.
Yeah, Ouzo is terrible. And I was, I mean, it was there. You was there when I was drinking that. I was drinking that at the get together 2 years ago. I was like, everybody's like, this is horrible. I'm like, yeah, it's not great, but it's not awful. It's not as bad as everybody seemed like they was making it be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can drink it. Probably shouldn't, but you can. And I'm, because I'm dumb, I went ahead and drank most of it. So,
well, it's bad, but it's not the worst. And then you start to reflect back. What did I drink in my lifetime? This is not the worst thing I've ever had, right? So,
yeah, they're like,
yeah,
maybe I should have rethought that night of doing that, but whatever.
Yeah, but it's like, I cannot get away from Malort. It's like on feeds, and it's like now people are talking about it in trainings, and it's like I cannot escape the Malort world for some reason. Like Malort is after me. But some brewers are using Malort in some of their brewing and stuff now too. I don't know why, but
interesting. That's interesting right there. Yeah. It's like, oh, so how's that go? How's that working out for you?
Yeah. Oh, maybe.
Like I feel like if you're gonna do something like in the Malort with something in it, Malort in or whatever, it's like don't even put that on the sign of like, oh, here's an IPA brewed with with that. It's like, no, just put it, just don't even put just make a name up for it and leave it at that.
I feel like if you make a Malort beer, it's kind of like a challenge type beer or something. It's like the old Smirnoff and being iced. It's kind of like it's something just to torment somebody with, right?
Like, I dare you. I bet you won't drink one of those.
You think you're so bad, then do a pint of this. And it's like,
yeah, I bet you won't. Oh, you want bad? No, I'll drink it.
I'll do
Don't tell me I won't. You're like, oh, yeah. You dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, but Malort is definitely down there on not the best tasting things to drink. But again, it's not the rock bottom for me. There's definitely been some things worse than what I've had. But yeah, don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's just where I'm at in life.
So can you only get that in Chicago? I mean, is that only Illinois based?
No, I think you can get all kinds of places now. I think I can get it here. Okay, I think Party Source sells it here even.
That's what I was thinking. I thought you can get it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get it here or not. I've never actually looked for it either. So
yeah, well,
so I can't say for sure, but it's not at the top of my list to go get, but
yeah, I'm not really out there hunting for Malort, but I mean, yeah, it's supposedly here. As says Chicago Handshake, LOL. Todd, they had one at Roger Baylor's old bar. Can't remember what the name was. Yeah. So yeah, you have it down there too with them.
Okay.
I was trying to think of the beer that you do it with. It's old something, old style. That's what it is. That's Chicago hand steak. It's the
You do the
Malort and the old style.
you do the shot of the Malort and drop it in the beer and chug it,
Yeah.
right? Isn't that what it was?
Which is a lot better than trying to do them separate. So it's like doing a Jaeger bomb. If you do a Jaeger bomb, it's better than trying to drink the Jägermeister and then drink the beer.
Well, I mean, I would say it can be worse. I guess it could be, but I wouldn't think it would be. But but yeah, so if you drink Malort by itself, that something enhancing it's something dropping into it's got to be better. You're dropping that into it's got to be better.
Yeah. Bottles up, yeah. Or here comes the floor, yeah. Yeah, but like I said, it's not the worst thing, but it's definitely it's interesting. It's almost one of those things like when I went to New Orleans years ago for the first time, it's like people would say, we got to go to the Absinthe Bar. You got to go to the Absinthe Bar down there on the French Quarter, in the French Quarter. Now, the absinthe they serve now isn't like, I think, the old school absinthe, and JT would know this, but it's like what they can legally do or whatever. But absinthe is one of those things like ouzo. It's just like, oh, this is nasty. But it is a cool bar because like people come from all around the world, and in the bar, people write on the wall where they came from, and just like a lot of interesting stories on people kind of coming in. So going to the absinthe bar, if you're ever in New Orleans, is definitely a must to do, I say.
Do they still serve it with the worm in the bottom of the bottle?
I didn't ask about that part. They poured it in my glass and I just drank it. Yeah, they might still.
Didn't it used to have like a mealworm or some sort of worm?
I think it did, just like tequila. They used to have the worm in their bottles and stuff too.
Yeah.
Which if you go to Mexico, some people I've known said they've actually eaten a worm before in a tequila bottle. I'm just like, why? But supposedly it's pretty potent. Yeah, like it wasn't a mistake. Like,
I mean, if you're drinking enough to get to the worm, then you probably don't even know you're eating the worm, honestly. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, whatever.
I guess it's added protein, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say anything. I have eaten crickets before, so I can't say anything about a worm.
And there was no alcohol involved when you ate crickets either.
True, that is true. That is true. Well, at least not in the the cricket wasn't in the alcohol. It was separate, but there was alcohol involved, but it wasn't enough to where I knew what I was doing. But
it's funny, put the cricket in the Malort and then.
Ooh, and go with Malort again. It's like, oh, okay. Well, it probably was better separate if you instead of putting in Malort.
Eating the worm, yuck. Yeah. But yeah, people used to eat the worm. I know. I don't know if it was like, if you were the last one that had to drink it, you had to eat it, or if it was something special. But I've known people that have eaten the worm before in tequila.
It was something. It was something like that.
Yeah. But
it was something that went with having to eat the worm at some point. It might have been like the last shot. Okay, here you go, get the worm. This is all you got to eat it. So.
Oh yeah. So what do you think? Like beer styles, like as you see stuff now, like are you seeing stuff that you like to see more of out there? Like I said, I know you haven't bought beer for a bit. I haven't actually bought for a bit, but last time going out, like. Are there things like you're noticing that you wish they had more stuff on? I know we talked in the past like about brown ales and things like that, but anything that you're ever seeing out there, like I wish they would do more of these type beers.
Yeah, I mean, not brown ales and a red ale, probably even more so as a red ale. I'd like to see more of this because there's not that much out there of it that I know of anyway. So I haven't had a lot of experiences with red ale, but what I've had, I do like. I mean, same with brown ale. I mean, I feel like brown ale you see more and more now than you used to, but it's still kind of hit and miss.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I feel like you can get a porter from anybody, you can get a stout from anybody, an IPA ranges 50 different styles of IPAs.
Yeah. I do feel like I see more
lagers. I don't know, just the plain Jane stuff you can get. So I would say red ale, brown ale for me would be the ones I'd be like,
Yeah. I mean, that was great when I got like the one for North High and their red ale that I just did with the oak thing. But black IPAs, I'm starting to see a little more breweries doing stuff with black IPAs, which is nice.
that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a good one because
Yeah.
I haven't had a lot of black IPAs either. So that'd be one I would like to see more of just to get more of a feel for it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like, I feel like because you're basically bringing in those kind of a little bit of the stout with the IPA with using the darker type malts and everything, and just kind
Yeah.
of a nice blending of the two worlds there.
That's probably why I didn't think of it because I can't tell you the last time I had a black IPA or who it was even from.
Yeah. They're starting to pop up a little bit more. So I've been happy to see that out there. We got the Bell's Best Brown Ale that just came out recently here that they had at our Kroger and stuff. So it's cool that Bell's is putting that back out again. Because I think that's been out for a couple years or so, if I remember correctly.
That is a good one out. Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one there. And
so if that does come out again, I have to look for that one because it's been a while since I've had that.
I first saw it, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went to Kroger. They had the Best Brown Ale. So that's always a nice one to actually pick up and experiment with. It's just, I like to see more of the diversity. I'm seeing more Kolsch's, which is this is the time of the year where Kolsch's definitely do hit for a nice beer to have, crisp, clean, warm weather. Great time for Kolsch season.
Yeah, low ABV, like it's just a good, yeah. That's totally summer. That's definitely, if there was a thing as a summertime beer, a Kolsch would definitely fall in that category.
Yeah. Yeah, so seeing some of those type of things out there, I mean, I'm all about more of the experimentation. I'm seeing some of the other lagers that are being done. Obviously, we just came out of basically February, March being box season, so to speak. So we had a lot of box that were hitting the marketplace, which are always nice to actually sit back and enjoy. But you start seeing some of the other lager type stuff hit too. I need to try that one. Everybody keeps talking about how good from Sierra Nevada that summertime or springtime ale is. I haven't picked that up, but I think Joe may have done a review on that one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's supposed to be really good. It's like in the blue can. Came out a few weeks back.
Do you feel like a lot of the breweries now are going back to just kind of the plain Jane sort of lager ales type? Nothing like over the top. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of like a basic beer for the most part.
I think they're going back to it because the market's dictating for them to go back to it because a lot of the newer fad of drinkers, newer generation of drinkers, I should say, are more a little bit lighter, want to be more enjoyable type thing. So lagers kind of plays into it. They want more of that clean, crisp type feel that lagers can actually provide. So it's kind of like whether breweries want to get into it or not, it's almost like the non-alcoholic, like you need to have something out there because that's where people are going. Right. So you have to basically adapt to them and turn and pivot and kind of have something like out there, which I'm all for because I go to a brewery or I go to a bar and it's like you got 10 taps. Like I don't want to see 6 of them be all IPA. I like to see a mix. I like to see a mix across the board, right? So
that's totally yeah. Like I said, our local breweries, he's figured that not say figured it out, but he's seeing what's selling now. Like the 2 or 3 days got on tap, it's like those are going fast. He's like, oh, I'm just going with the lower ABV stuff, and some of the stuff's like one ingredient. Like it's way easier to do. And they're selling it. It's like I'm selling the shit out of it. So why wouldn't I just keep it? I was like, well, you totally should because he serves pizza and has food and stuff. So some of the people who come in there aren't necessarily there just for the beer. So they probably Bud Light, Miller Lite drinkers, and they want something along the lines of something like that instead of an IPA or something they wouldn't like. You know what I mean? So that kind of fits in with everybody, really.
Yeah. I said I went to the Bach Fest by myself. Did you ask go to the Bach Fest by himself this year, Todd?
I know. I didn't.
I didn't know about it as Todd didn't fill us in to know when to come down. So
I couldn't go. I couldn't go this year for some reason. I can't remember why, but I couldn't go.
So lots of young blood there. Good to see the youth getting involved, especially with the warning with the next gen. Yeah, I mean, I've worked with like a good amount of our people. They're whether it millennials or Gen Z or whatever that next gen alpha, whatever it is, it's kind of like doesn't make any sense on how you kind of call the different groups now. But a lot of them, they drink. I mean, we go out to stuff and it's kind of like they leave our happy hour to go to another happy hour somewhere, right? So it's kind of like maybe it's just the people I know or the little sampling size I have, but they're definitely drinking out there. So I got to think there's other people actually drinking out there. So it's always when I see those articles about, the demise of beer or the demise of bourbon, like, I don't know who they're talking to because I see people out there kind of still carrying the torch. Maybe it's less of them, but they're still out there kind of doing it.
I was going to say, I can't really agree with that either because I'm not seeing any like demise of like, I feel like everywhere we go, it's always the same number of people, or I'm not saying the same people, but the same. It's never as less crowded or just like at a standstill or whatever. It's like I'm sure they have their days, but it's like most of the time it's always.
It's like I go to stuff and a lot of them know I do the beer and that stuff, and it's like we go out to this thing. They're asking me which ones I want to try. Like, what should I try up here? And it's like we went to one at a local spot, and you've had Sonder before, I believe. So Sonder, they had the You Betcha, and I just told them like the You Betcha was the best one they had on there. In my opinion, it was a hazy IPA for those that don't know, but it was like, You Betcha was up there, and it was like Michelob and Miller, some other stuff, and a couple other things. And they would go up there, they would try it, they would like it. It's like kind of like just. They're still out there experimenting, still doing the same stuff that we kind of did, but maybe not drinking as much. I think they might be maybe cut it down a little bit, but I mean,
if nothing else,
still in play.
If nothing else, people are probably drinking more now, at least for the next couple of years, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, like the place we just had recently, the last couple of weeks, we had a happy hour for some work events, and they had a running club that would basically do a running club, and they would stop at that bar. Like they would run their route, and they come to the bar, and they would get like whatever drinks, and they go run again. But they were all like younger folks. So it was kind of like they stopped at a bar to get whatever, and then they would go back out and kind of do it. So I don't think they were all getting Mick Ultra, but they were getting something, But yeah, it's you got to be careful on some of that stuff you see out there. Not to say the whole Trump fake news type thing, but it's definitely, I think there's more out there taking place than people want to give credit for. Yeah. Numbers might be down on an overall thing, but there's definitely still people still kind of doing it. It's just kind of a swinging in the market, I think. Plus the other thing too, the cost now for some of the folks to buy craft beer versus some of the other options. I mean, people are getting pissed on the economy right now still. So that's going to drive some of the sales down on the overall numbers, but they're still getting their drink on or smoke.
That is kind of the cool thing with our local brewery that we all go. Aaron goes to. We all go to. And on Tuesday nights they do $2 off pints. So it's the normal pints. I think it's $6.49 technically, but let's say $6.50. So on Tuesday nights or Tuesdays, it's all day long. It's not just a happy hour thing. It's an all day thing. So you go there and get a pint of their beer for $4.50.
That's not bad. That's really good. It's funny. I haven't been to the place that we have here. It's over at Wilder, Kentucky. But when we were here before we moved, they used to do $2 Tuesday drafts. So on a Tuesday, they have about 30 taps and about 26 of them were craft beer. Any of the taps were $2 draft pours. It was like, are you kidding me? Like literally, like it was kind of like if you were being a responsible person, you probably want to Uber because you don't want to drive after going to a place where you got $2 draft pours and they got really good beers and stuff. But they would pack people in like crazy. They may have had to upcharge the price, but it was like one of those cool places people would actually go to get a low deal. But you remember, like I do the videos from Buffalo Bob's I would do over in Kentucky as well. And I think you chimed in on a few of the videos and stuff where it's like, I would get like a 25-ounce pour of for $4. Like,
be like big ass beers. Like For how much? Like, what do you? It's like that's definitely Rod J deals. Like they knew you were coming. They totally shut the price down on that. It's like that's what.
I was like, really, you should have put a Ryan Guy's Truth into a 25-ounce mug, but I'm not going to complain for a $4 pour. So yeah,
Right? No kidding. Like, all right, keep them coming until you tell me not. Yeah, it's like let's do it.
You get some good
Dude,
prices in
insane.
Kentucky on stuff. Yeah.
Do they still do that?
I haven't been over there since I've been back, but they probably do. I have to stop in some point. They really got really good wings and some other menu items, but their beers are like pretty good purchase stuff. So
25 ounce for $4. Like what? It's like okay. Yes, please.
Sit back on the patio deck and just be like sitting there enjoying it. And yeah, like on the video,
Like everyone was like, yeah, just keep bringing them until I tell you not to. I'm gonna tell you when to stop. You just keep bringing them. Don't ask, just bring them.
I can drive the back roads home and be okay. So yeah. Drinking the Maximator from Augustiner now. I've actually had that one before. Reinheitsgebot Munich Lager. So good. $18.99. Wow. What size bottle did you get for that then? Just kind of curious. Because I feel like I gotten that before, but I don't think I paid that amount.
That might even been like a 4-pack or a 6-pack or something. Probably a 4-pack, maybe.
Oh, 6-pack. There you go. Okay,
that makes sense. Yeah. I was thinking maybe he told me that. I was thinking he told me that the other day, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah. No, that's a good beer. You got to bring I don't know if Ads has been up here to Jungle Gyms. If not, you got to come up with Ads. Bring him up here to Jungle Gyms.
We were talking about that we're going to probably plan a trip coming up sometime this summer, probably.
When is Shane coming down?
Tomorrow. He's actually probably at TK's right now, so.
Okay. Yeah.
He'll actually be at our house tomorrow at 2:00-ish, I guess, him and Sue Ann, because they're coming down to see the Thunder over Louisville, or the fireworks anyway, because now with it being the rain and stuff, I'm not even sure how many of the planes are actually going to do tomorrow or Saturday. So
possible weather coming through. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you guys decide to come up here to Jungle Gyms, let me know.
Okay.
I'll actually be around this weekend.
So yeah, they'll be in tomorrow. I keep thinking today's Thursday, or it is Thursday. They're coming in tomorrow. They'll be here tomorrow.
Are you off tomorrow then, or are you just going to meet them?
No, I'm working tomorrow, but I took off Monday, Tuesday, because they're staying until, I don't know if they're going back Tuesday or Wednesday. I think they may be going back Wednesday morning. So about to take off Monday, Tuesday. So yeah, I'll say something to him and see. He's like, hey, let's go. If we do, we'll totally let you know and try to meet up or something.
Yeah, let me know, and then definitely try to connect with you guys up there. We're actually here. We're going to take a little thing to Hockin Hills next weekend or next week to kind of kick back, which is like Ohio, but like Gatlinburg in Ohio. I don't know if you ever heard of Hockin Hills, but it's like cabins and stuff like that. And
okay, no, I haven't.
Kind of chill for a bit. Instead of driving all the way down to Tennessee, we can go up here in Ohio. It's only like 2 hours or so. So we got like a nice little cabin type thing, and gonna be like Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live, gonna get in the hot tub. I'm gonna be in the hot tub.
Yeah, so because of the weather, so we had a change of plans. We're actually going to go up to the Taxman Brewing's doing their, as soon as tax season's over, they always do. That's when they do their beer fest. So this Saturday,
where is Taxman? Taxman isn't it like Indiana, like northern Indiana, or
it's the Columbus, Indiana area. So it's about an hour and 30 minutes from my house. Okay. So it's not terrible. So, and it's kind of out in the middle of nothing. Well, you've been to my house, so like the town we're in, it's basically like that. It's nothing big, it's nothing fancy. It's kind of out in the middle of the country. It's really nothing there, and they have a brewery out there, which is successful, which is beyond me because I don't even know how there's that many people around that even make it successful. But they're
450 North. Is it 450 North in Columbus as well? Okay.
Yeah, 450 North. Yeah, I mean so you basically take the same exit. Let's see. You take the same exit. So when you take the exit from, like, if you're going from my house up to there, You take the exit and you take a right to go to 450 North, and you take a left to go to Taxman.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's probably about a half hour. It's probably about a half hour drive, whichever way you go. So they're not, they're probably an hour apart, I guess, maybe, but they're pretty close.
Yeah, he said 30 minutes southwest of Indy. So
yeah.
Yeah, I looked over here. It's like an hour 40 from us. Okay.
Yeah, so since the weather was gonna be bad, and I was like, hey, let's Shannon's like, since they're gonna be here, I was like, hey, you guys want to go up to the beer fest up at Taxman? He's like, well, sure. And of course, Sam doesn't drink. I was like, do you think Sam would mind driving us home? He was like, no, that's fine. So I bought his ticket and her designated driver ticket or whatever, which is no drinking or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's me and Shannon, Shane and Sue Ann, and then Aaron and a couple of other friends of ours are going up. So, Shannon's brother, and then another friend of ours is going. So, it'll be 7 of us all together.
Yeah. That'd be real sweet to get up there and be able to do have some fun doing that.
Yeah. And it's from noon to 4, which is kind of early, which is not a bad thing. But the weather is suspect right now, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out.
Well, if Shane would have reached out and stopped by, I would have gave you guys some of these Firestone Walker beers to drink.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I could have been like, take this down when you go to Todd. Here's 3 for you, 3 for him type thing. Because I got they sent me 2 12-packs.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I'm surprised he didn't try to. I'm surprised he didn't try to hook up with you coming through.
Yeah, he didn't send anything. I didn't got any message from him, but I was like, yeah.
But I think their plan was they were going to stop and see TK tonight. I think because where is he at? Is he in the Cleveland area or?
TK is Yeti's in Cleveland. I think Yeti's traveling right now. TK's in Findlay, which is just south west of Cleveland, I believe. So
okay, I knew they were kind of close, but I wasn't sure. I knew I knew Anderson was up in Cleveland, but I wasn't sure TK. I was thinking he was Cleveland-ish.
Yeah.
So yeah, close enough, I guess.
Says we are. Yeah, that's what Todd is saying. You don't have the Firestone down there, right? So yeah, Firestone deficient. We need Firestone Walker in it.
We do. I wish we, like I said, I wish we still got them because, man, everything I always had from there was really good.
Yeah, because I think they're I know Joe's been doing stuff. So, because New York's not one of their main states either, but Joe's been getting them there to kind of share. I know FLX has been getting them to share as well. And I think Jay's getting them in Louisiana, which isn't one of their main states either, but it seems like everyone I comment on, he's been commenting on too. So,
nice. But hey, if you want to,
that's
if you want to throw a little box together of some of those, I'll send you some money to ship them down.
No, that would be no problem. I was just thinking, if Shane was coming through, it'd be like, hey, because
absolutely.
He's probably 71, and I'm off 71, so I'm like, if you talk to him, it's just he's going to probably pass by that thing where I could probably meet him or something. So
you could always message him. You could always message him tonight and be like, hey, what time are you coming through tomorrow? And
yeah.
I'm sure they totally would because
I'm actually working at the house tomorrow. So
yeah, and I'm actually working. So Shannon's off, but I'll have to work till I'm gonna try to be up. Well, I gotta go to a funeral home tomorrow, so I'll be off. I'm leaving working probably 3:00 ish. So
okay, yeah, it's but like you said earlier, I've got older Firestone beers I need to actually start cracking open too. So
yeah,
not just what they sell me, but stuff I actually went out and got. I do so much Firestone beers now. It seems like people probably think they're sponsoring the channel. I'm like, no, in a way, they're sending beers, so we kind of have a sponsorship in that way. But it's not I'm not doing other beers, but it's just yeah, it's great.
It's cool. Yeah, because they seem to be reaching out to you and Joe and whoever else to send some stuff out, and it's probably why because we can't get them. Well, I don't know. You probably can. You still get them Jungle? Can you get them in Ohio?
I get not in Ohio. I get them if I go to New Jersey, where the stores around my mom's house in New Jersey. When I go looking for beer to bring back, they'll have Firestone Walker there. Okay, so a lot of times. And that's one of those crazy ones too. We talked about stuff being on shelves. It's last time I went up there, one of the stores I went to, it was their DBA or whatever, and it was $5 a bottle. which usually that bottle's $12.
Right.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, and I asked the guy, is this right? And he's like, yeah, that's the right price we're selling them for. So I got like all 4 of them. Like, okay, take all 4 left, It's like it's such a good deal.
And saying that also is like you can still go to the liquor store here, like our main one here, and they still have some like parabolas and some of those box ones on the shelf still from several years ago. So I can see why, if they're not selling those, then I can see why they probably pulled out of distribution here.
Yeah. But it's like one of those things. I mean, you can age them for a number of years, just like you do with the Bourbon County Stout. So it's not like a rush. You have to drink them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's just crazy. It's just crazy to walk in and see some of those bottles on the shelf, like the, was it like Firestone XXL or whatever it was?
Yeah. Yeah, looking
on
my
like, oh man, you still get those in a bottle? Okay, it's like that.
Let me see what I got in my cellar here, actually. Because that's the cool thing about Untappd. I can keep a list of everything I have usually. I like to check it in.
I was wondering, do you still add to it?
Yeah, I still add to it. Oh,
okay.
Do I have one of these around here? It says I still have a double jack. I'll have to go see if I still have one of those.
Double jack, yeah.
That was a good double IPA. But I've got the 2023 anniversary ale, the double DBA batch 10,000 from 2023, the anniversary ale from 2022, the Gold Rider from 2022, Parabola from 2022. So this is what it's saying is in my inventory right now, not to mention the newer beers that I actually have as well. So
the anniversary ale is the one I'm thinking of that has like the XXL or the XLI or whatever it is on, the whatever year it was. I got a few of those also.
Let me sort by date, old to new. I got to really start getting some of these other beers that I got. So I've got like a Flying Dog Gonzo, apparently they're double porter. But I've got like the Big Bad Baptist release number 77, the Imperial Stout from 2018. I've also got like the Quadruple Barrel Big Bad Baptist from 2018. The Chocolate Rapture from Big Bad Baptist, that was 2019. The Peanut Butter Cup from Big Bad Baptist, which is 2019. And these are like the bombers too, by the way.
Oh
yeah.
I bought 5 or 6 of theirs last fall when we went to Jungle Gyms.
Yeah, the Big Bad Baptista from 2018. The Quintuple Big Bad Baptist from 2019. The Hazelnut Vanilla Latte Big Bad Baptist, that was that 2019 as well? Does it have a date on this one?
We got a shit ton.
That's 2020. I got the Brainless on Passion Fruit from them. That one's going to be kind of interesting. I don't know if that one may have held up. It was a 8.8 ABV. I have to check it out. But that one was, I think, a few years possibly. I don't see a date on the one here, but I think it was like 2020 on that one. But then I got like the Bourbon County Stout from 2020, the Big Bad Baptist Chocolate Double Peanut Butter Cup, double peanut butter cup, the Big Bad Baptist Chocolate Raspberry, bigger, badder Baptista, the Sextuple Barrel Big Baptist, the Big Bad Baptist Pecan or Pecan, depending where you're from, pie. Big Bad Baptist Reserve, Bourbon County Brand Moncherie Stout from 2019, Bourbon County brand Cafe Diola Stout from 2019, Black Butte 20. Wait a minute, 30. What is that? 20? Is it 28 or 30? What's the X's? The X's are 10s, right? In Roman numerals.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I had that. The Black Butte 33. So I've got that there from Deschutes.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
The Big Bad Baptist Double Jam, the Naked Baptist, Big Bad Baptist Chocolate Mint, Double Barrel Big Bad Baptist, Big Bad Baptist Black Forest Cake,
Jeez.
Big Bad Baptist in the Rye, Big Bad Baptist Reserve. And then they got Bourbon Brownie Can Stout from 2021, Bourbon County Brand Stout Classic Cola Stout, Bourbon County Brand Cherry Wood Stout, the Gates of Mordor, which I need to really drink that. That's from Westbrook. I didn't realize I still had that down there. The 11th Anniversary Chocolate and Caramel Stout from Westbrook. The Rye Whiskey Barrel Aged Old Rasputin 22, which is Old Rasputin. Come on, you gotta love Old Rasputin.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still got my Bun Ratty Mead. I got a mead down there. I got the Parabola 2022, the Bowser Barley 2021 Mezcal. That's a barley wine from Cape May. I got the Gold Rider from Firestone, the Utopia's Barrel Aged Worldwide Stout for 2021, the Rye Ale from Sierra Nevada, Bourbon Barrel Aged Rise Up RIS from Evolution, the Nuclear Smile from Flying Dog. I thought I drank all of those. That's not going to be as good if I still got that there. It's a double IPA. Wake Up Worldwide Stout. I've got a few of those.
I'd be interested to see, though, how that one would be. Like, you got to drink them by such and such. Like, I'm sure they're probably still good. I mean, probably not what it was, but it probably still might be good.
It's kind of weird because, like, say that one from Flying Dog, it's like the 120 from Dogfish Head, right? Like, it's kind of like, it just mellows out over time a little bit more.
Yeah.
I got the Eclipse Mezcal from 50/50 Brewing, but I also got the Eclipse Tiramisu, and I've also got the Eclipse Mexican Chocolate. Oh, I got another Big Bad Baptist Barrel Strength, Big Bad Baptist Gingerbread. Wow, I got a Drecker beer. No, I can't. That's got to be gone. I had the Brain Watermelon Guava Lime. I know I drank all of those, so that might have been a mistake on here.
What was that little Big Bad, the Big Bad Baptist we bought last year? Because I think you got it too, but it was in a small can. Wasn't that Big Bad Baptist?
Yeah, we got Big Bad Baptist last year when we were there.
But didn't they have one that was in like a little can? I'm gonna say like a 10-ounce can or something.
That was FSC 10 from brewery in Minnesota, which was actually pretty good. Yeah. I did the video on that one, and I'm like, "What's up with this?" Like, I looked like I was a giant holding it in the can in my hand. It was so small.
Yeah, for some reason, I guess because I bought all those Big Bad Baptists at the same time, I was thinking it was one of theirs. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Now, when we went last year, we picked up the Big Bad Baptist Salted Maple. So the salted maple's in there, Big Bad Baptist Chocolate Banana, Big Bad Baptist Cherry Bliss, and the Big Bad Baptist Black Gold. So those are the ones we got at Jungle Gyms last year.
Didn't they have a chocolate mint one also, or no?
Which one?
Didn't they have a chocolate mint or a mint one?
I had a mint one from earlier, but when we went in 2025, it was those four. Now you may have gotten one. You may have gotten one. Maybe I didn't get because they might have had like 6 or whatever. I didn't get them all. I don't think.
Okay, and I could be wrong, but for some reason I was thinking one of them was a mint, but I can't remember now.
Yeah, I got the s'mores. I got the Big Bad Baptist blueberry pie, the s'mores, the Black Forest cake. Yeah, I need to get into those bottles. So, but it's like you can't drink it all. You just can't drink it all.
Right. I feel like we're just going to be doing this show when we're 70-something years old, and you're just going to be saying, "I need to drink those beers."
Well, I was telling people.
And then the last 20 years, you're going to be getting more beer on top of that. It's like, and that was like 60-year-old beer. Like, I really need to drink that beer.
Well, like, I got the mini beer fridge here, and I've got the mini beer fridge there next to where the TV is. And then downstairs, I got a medium-sized fridge that's holding like the bigger type bottles. And I still have boxes I can't get all the beer into the fridge. I was telling somebody at work, like, it's just like it's too, like, I can literally probably have a little party at the house and still have beers left over with no problem.
Oh, yeah. And I'm sure, like, me, like some of those, especially like the bombers, like you just don't want to open it up just for a beer yourself, because then it's like you don't want it to go bad. So it's like the bombers, especially the bomber stuff's like you want to have it when you share with everybody, to share it with people.
To share, right? Because otherwise you don't drink it all yourself. Which
I'm gonna grab another beer, but I still hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, which I've done before. I will drink it myself if I have to, but it's definitely one you would like to actually share. So it's almost like, what do you do with all these beers that you actually have around? So I never thought I would say I have too much beer, but I have a lot of beer. I just,
Yeah.
and it's kind of
I
like,
mean,
you know,
technically, no, but I mean, well, I shouldn't say technically. Probably so, but not really. I mean, can you
yeah.
really have too much beer? Yeah, probably, but not really.
I mean, if I don't buy beer for the rest of the year, I'm not going to complain about it. But it's kind of like, that's also the benefit of some of these breweries that are reaching out. Hey, check out our beer type thing too, right? So it's a nice problem to have. Put it that way. That's for sure.
Oh, damn! Here you go. I didn't even realize this is what this was. So this is another beer my brother. This is another beer my brother brought back from Tennessee when he was down there. Southern Grist.
Oh, nice. Chop it up.
So this is. I was just reading what it was because it doesn't say what it was. It's
What is
a.
it?
Oh, where'd it go? It's a brown ale brewed with coconut, hazelnuts, and cocoa nibs.
Okay.
And
Nice.
it comes in at 5.4%. So
Yeah.
and we were just talking about brown ales, and I was like, yeah, you don't really see that much, and I didn't realize that's what it was.
Well, you know, a funny thing is, in a couple
Well,
weeks,
Southern
after
Grist, I
travel-
think, got bought out by XUL or Zool or whatever you want to
oh,
say.
did they I didn't realize that. Okay.
I think so. I think they did.
Oh, it's funny because I had to travel in a couple weeks down to Birmingham for work, and I'm like, Birmingham, which is good. I've been there before, but now it's like, now I mark cities by the breweries and stuff, and I'm like, I can finally get some Good People's beer because Good People's has been blowing up in Birmingham. So I'm gonna try to get some of that to bring back too. So
I'm not sure. That's another one. I don't think they distribute it at all either, do they?
no, I think they're kind of more in that southern type area, but I've heard a lot of great things about them. So hopefully,
Because when I used to hang out with John, when I used to hang out with John and stuff, when we do our beer things and stuff,
yeah,
there's a couple that they're friends with that's from Alabama, and whenever we go down there, they'd bring back some of their stuff.
yeah, they're pretty much getting a great reputation down there. So, and then
So I've had a couple of things. I haven't had much, but I've had a couple of things, and they've always been pretty solid.
I've had a couple people tell me that at Birmingham they are doing some different things with craft beer now. So I'm like, okay, definitely. Isn't it so funny now when you get into the whole craft beer type thing, and it's like, oh, you're gonna take a vacation somewhere. Like, at least for me, like one of the first things I start looking at, oh, I wonder where breweries are around there. Like it becomes a part of the agenda planning. Like
breweries or like liquor stores around there and go see what they got where I can get some,
right.
even more so liquor stores because it's like, hey, what can I get that's in, that's available for there.
Yeah. It's like most people are like, oh, we can go see the falls or we can see this or see that. And I'm like, let's start with the basics. Where's the beer? Let's start there first.
Right. Yeah. Let's make it easy here. Let's see what's around here first and work our way up to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and kind of just build from that point. But
you go see those and I'll just hang out and see what kind of beers we can find here. You go do what you want to do and
I got the beers I want. I'm gonna hang by the pool for the rest of the trip. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like next week we go take our little trip. It's kind of like I plan to bring some beers from home to kind of enjoy there. I'll probably do some reviews from out in the woods and stuff like that and everything. But then I'm like, or do I go to the liquor store on the way there and see what beers they got? Because I'll be where Jackie O's is, and I'll be where some other breweries are, like Little Fish and all that. I'm like, I bet they got some pretty good beers around that area. So I'll probably leave with some beers and come back with more than I left with.
The answer to that is yes and yes. Like, yes, take your own, right. And yes, buy some while you're there. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes and yes.
Yes and yes. But the funny thing is when you go to like something like that, it's like you go to a cabin, it's like usually you're in the woods somewhere, right? So it's like you got to make sure it's better to over plan than under plan, right? Because it's like you don't want to run out of beer in the middle of the night, and it's like you can't go out driving in the backwoods or somewhere you don't know looking for like a local liquor store, right? You got
to you got to come prepared for sure.
Yeah. So try to have more than less. But yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, untapped brewery map. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you can put untapped and try to find some stuff. But usually, like I go on Yelp and I'll be like, one of the things you can type in is like beer stores near me, and it'll tell you all the beer stores in your vicinity. It's like, oh, okay, here's a beer store, Which is funny, like here in Ohio, because we can actually have alcohol delivered to us like through DoorDash. No matter what restaurant you look at the end of the order, it asks if you want liquor.
Really?
You can literally be on DoorDash going to McDonald's, and at the end of the McDonald's thing, it'll say liquor, like you need to pick up liquor for it. Like it's crazy. Like, and they just and they'll send somebody out from the liquor store. And in Maryland, we actually had gotten liquor delivered. She got liquor delivered before, like some wines and stuff like that. And they usually send somebody from the store so they can ID you or whatever. But it's kind of interesting that you can actually do that. And Amazon, we can have liquor or a beer sent to our house within, an hour or two. So yeah. So I'm not sure how Amazon really does the ID and if they even care. They just kind of like drop it off probably. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. The driver ain't IDing nobody. They're just like,
yeah. It's like,
it kind of makes you like, how many kids actually do that? Because if they're not actually checking.
Yeah. Go in there and make an order. And it's just like, I can't make the drive to go to a liquor store, but I can order it and they'll bring it to me. And I can just stay here and get drunk,
It's like the win-win.
Yeah. Safer than drinking and driving. So, yeah. That's funny. So what beer did you ever get in there? Oh, that's right. You got the one you told me.
You gotta chop it up from Southern Grist. Man, it's actually really good. Like you get a lot of.
I need to do more of the Southern Grist beers. I do see them pop up in some of the stores and stuff here.
I don't get as much as the chocolate in it, but I do definitely get like the coconut and maybe a little bit of the hazelnut flavor to it. Chocolate's kind of missing. It says cocoa nibs, but it's kind of non-existent, honestly. Although it could be one of those. It might be one of those. If you let it warm up and drink it, then the chocolate might come out more.
Yeah. Do a nice
just straight out of the fridge. What's that one?
This is just a Sun Glider from Firestone Walker to Golden Ale. 5% ABV. Just a nice nightcap beer.
I'm about to kill this freaking dog. Shut up, Winston. Dude, stop barking. I know. Don't worry. He's barking because our senior dog, who's like 12 years old, was outside and he's wanting back in. So he starts barking, thinking, I don't know, he's wanting in. So I'm like, I can hear him scratching at the door. I can, that's fine. You don't have to let me know.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually do this.
He's young when he's only like a year and a half old, so he's always barking at shit all the time.
So what?
You probably hear him now. He's got his little bone. He's carrying it around, keeps dropping it, and making a shit ton of noise.
Put in a little bit of the soluble oak right here. So I just added it into this one to try to give it a little bit more of an oak kick on the
nice.
golden.
Yeah, I'd like to try. Yeah, I'd like to try some of that. That'd be interesting to see especially on some of your darker beers.
Yeah, I like it on like this golden ale, like on a lager type thing. It gives a little bit more of a. My thing with like some of the lagers, like the American lagers, the adjunct, you kind of get that grainy, which a lot of people say the corn type feel, but this does kind of mask that a little bit more, which is nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and what it gives is like a smoldering campfire appeal to the beer, right? So you get kind of that. You think of the smoldering fire after you put the fire out, and flavor-wise, that's what kind of comes to mind when you're actually enjoying the taste of it. That's a great concept. I mean, that's a money maker. Like I told him, I'm surprised they're not on Shark Tank with this right now because they would get like a huge infusion of cash behind it, I believe.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know that was even a thing.
Yeah.
Until I
mean, if you like the smokiness and you like some of the oak type feel, yeah, that's a nice play to be able to add that into it.
mean, it's definitely one of those. It's like people's definitely gonna be like, no, I don't want that because I don't like that, and people's gonna be like, oh, I love that, so I'm gonna get it. So you kind of 50-50 on that. But I don't know. You might sway some people's like didn't think they like it, and then they do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you just never know.
Yeah, you just never know until you try it. You're like, oh, okay, I can deal with that. Mm. So where's Shannon? Is Shannon working tonight, or
She's
relaxing? Because he's on days usually now.
Well, she worked today, but she's out. Well, hell, she's out. Well, since Shane and Serena are coming, she took off a couple of days next week. Yeah. So I think she said she's out for like 7 days now.
Okay.
Even though she only had to take like 2 vacation days to take off, so just because of the way their schedule is.
Yeah, it works out well for her.
Because like her schedule right now, or without taking those days off, she'd have been off tomorrow and the weekend anyway, and maybe Monday. I'm not sure if this was her 4-day weekend or not. So
yeah,
she'll be out 7 days. I actually have to take 2 vacation days for it.
Yeah. We were talking bacon before. Like, I'm getting almost like a bacon appeal with that now with the taste taking place here. So.
Oh, really? Huh.
Which I kind of had before, but I never really thought about it as being like that bacon type feel. Like that definitely has a little bit of a molasses type feel in there. So, yeah. Drinking a Rupee IPA out of Potosi, Wisconsin. Last beer. In bed. Got to work. Yeah, we got to work tomorrow as well, too. I'm actually home tomorrow, so I'm not driving in. I do have to drive some days a week now, so not like just roll out of bed and walk into the office. But tomorrow I do get to roll out of bed and walk into the office.
So you are going in more than you were there for a while then?
Yeah, like 3 days a week or so.
Okay.
Which actually isn't as bad usually, except tonight coming home. What is the deal? Like literally, how are you in the left lane on a highway and it's the slowest moving lane? Like the left lane was for passing and accelerating. How are you getting passed in the left lane by people in the middle because people in the left lane are not moving? I don't get that. Like, that's the lane
I was to say the left lane is supposed to be for the fast people.
Exactly. It is just like, why does that happen? So I'm kind of getting used to some of the traffic people and some of the people that are driving, like going to work in the morning. It's just like, why are you in the left lane? Like, you're not going anywhere. Like, I feel like certain cars, like, I don't see as much the Prius anymore out there, but the Scion or those little like Kia box type cars, whatever, like certain people should be banned from the left lane. Like, you don't go fast enough that you should be over here. Like, right. Your car is not left lane compatible. And you're like, how do you look in your rear view mirror and see like 10 cars on your ass and not realize you're the problem? Like,
and it's more of a danger when they do.
It's more of a danger when they pass on the right. Yeah. It's just like, it's just surprising to see how that happens. And I'm just like, people like, do they have a different driving test nowadays than they used to? Because the way people's driving patterns are, it's like, what are you doing out here? Like, why are you out here and stuff? Like, and then they have an accident or a wreck and stuff. It's like kind of crazy, but I don't know. I'm impatient, I guess, when I drive too. I mean, I'm not driving a Charger anymore. I'm driving a Cherokee, so it's not the same. I know, but I'm still trying. In my mind, I'm still trying to go fast. Still like Ricky Bobby, trying to get down the highway, and it's just like, what are you doing there? But I know
you ain't first, you're second. Yeah, you're last. Right. If you ain't first, you're last.
And then sometimes it's like, you ever drive, like you're driving and it's like you're left lane, you're trying to drive and someone's slow, and it's like you see people come up on the right side and you're like, there's a gap up there. You're like, oh my God, they're gonna cut the gap. Your gap's too, like, you're sitting there like, why close the gap? And like that person jumps in front. You're like, son of a bitch, you didn't close the gap. Like,
yeah.
So and
just can just barely be enough for the car to fit in, but they're jumping in there just because, like, son of a bitch, I knew it.
You see it happening, and you're like, what is wrong with you up there? What are you looking at? How are you driving? Yeah. So I'm trying to refrain myself there because she's like always worried I'm getting a wreck or like yell at somebody or something's going to happen or something. Like, just drive the way you're supposed to drive or get out the way.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's funny you're talking about this because we were just talking about that. Me and one of my guys in the office, we were talking about that today because he lives in Louisville, so he has to drive back and forth. And he was talking about all the traffic and stuff, and how people like the exact same thing we're talking about. But then all of a sudden, like in the right lane, there's just be like a line of like 100 cars going nowhere, and people are just like, weaving on the way in and just like honking, whatever's like. What are you getting over for? There's nobody's going anywhere in this lane. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's like people are just so dumb. I was like, no, they are. They really are.
But I didn't see people like trying to jump on the highway for the thing. Like you realize you have the yield sign. Like, I don't think you know what yield means. Like,
yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
You have the yield sign, and then nowadays, I growing up in New Jersey. What's up, Vanessa? Great to see you, my friend. In the Northeast, where we have like, we call them circles, some people call them roundabouts and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
And they get confused on them, like looking like there's no one to your left, so that means you go in. Like, you don't have to wait for somebody to show up. Just get in, and you're like trying to help watch people
kind of merge in with the flow. Yeah.
It's like, it's not that hard. It's really not, folks. Like, help us out. This is crazy. Some of the traffic things you'll see.
Which, like, especially on those roundabouts, like, I know you have to stop at some point just because of traffic.
You
stop
there to see if anybody's coming from your left. If they're not, you jump in.
Yeah, but it's always a yield. But everybody's always just stopping, even though it's like, dude, come on, it's fine. Go, you can go. Like, what are you doing?
And then people put their blinker on, like, dude, there's only one way to go. You don't have to put your blinker on this one.
Right.
I like when people put blinker on, they're changing lanes, but on this, there's no lane to change. You just jump
basically
right
basically one way. Like, you don't have to signal. It's okay. Just go.
We know where you're going. Yeah. Oh, nobody knows the effing yield sign. Not anymore, Doug. It's just like, yield,
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah. And like, I see people like driving, and it's like, you see the sign for like 1,000 feet. Lane's gonna, you get the sign on the left lane or the right lane where it tells you the lanes are going to merge in, right? It's like that yellow sign. This lane ends 1,000 feet. Like, you get that warning. You always see people trying to race down ahead of that warning. And I'm like, dude, you saw back there this lane was going to merge. Why are you trying to race up on somebody right now? And I'm like, I'm like Ricky Bobby again. I'll put you into the guardrail, son.
You know what? I do that sometimes too, just because machines always, because I'm just like, what do you do that for? I'm like, because they should know better than this. Like, they're totally.
They saw the same sign I saw.
She was like, slow down, let them over. I'm like, no, they wouldn't let me over. So most time I'm like, well, okay, and I do it anyway. So I'm like, all right, I guess so. But I'm like, no, fuck them. I ain't doing that.
I'm like Kevin Hart. You're going to learn today. You're going to learn today.
Yeah. You done messing with the wrong guy today, son. What are you doing?
Like, you hit your brakes. But I'm not bitter when I drive, folks. I'm not really.
No, not at all. Not at all. Me either.
Just the rules of the road. So it's, we do sometimes those personality tests, and one of the questions that'll come up sometimes is just like, when you're at the light and there's a person next to you, do you kind of get that feel to like hit the gas pedal once it hits green? Like, they're basically like, I feel like sometimes I'm in a drag race scenario. Like, it's like,
Daytona 500 is like, rev it up. Like, all right, here we go. Let's see what happens.
And they're like, well, that means you're an aggressive personality. Okay, all right, yeah, I guess. So yeah, it's like, no way, dude, no way.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to like flip people off and stuff, but not anymore, because I'm like, now you flip somebody out, they'll pull a gun out and shoot you. So I was like, I don't do that anymore. So it's like, it ain't that big of a deal. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, that's getting older, I guess. So, but it's kind of like, yeah. But back in the day, I was definitely more, I'd say more aggressive, but more like, not as aggressive as much, but more like, don't try to take advantage of me. I know what you're doing over there. I know you're trying to get ahead of me.
Right.
Same place I was before. Yeah. Then you get
I mean,
pissed off the
this
first.
is like 25 years ago. We were just dating or whatever. It was like, she's like,
Yeah.
what are you're going to get shot. I'm like, well, let's see what happens. You get pissed off and ran a horn, flip people off. She's like, who are you? Who are you? I'm like, I don't know.
This is my space, and you will not impede my space.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how when I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. I'm gonna end up dead sometime or another. Like bark up the wrong tree and you're just gonna pull out a big dirty hairy gun and blast me or something. I'm like, all right.
So he was shot, but he would not give up the lane.
Right? Yeah.
Cheers, ass. Have a great night, my friend. Always good to chat with you.
Yeah.
Have fun with Todd and Shannon and all of them this weekend. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping the weather. So the weather is supposed to be kind of like storming in the morning, but I think in the afternoon sort of is going to clear up. So I think we might be okay, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it was kind of weird here today. Like it looked like it was going to storm this morning before the Reds game, and then it didn't. And then during the game, it was going to storm, and then it didn't. But now they're saying possibly Saturday morning we might have some storms, and then it's going to basically move on.
Like, who knows?
I'm going to try to get to the driving range this weekend because when I'm in Alabama in a couple weeks, I'm going to be golfing down there, and I haven't golfed for a while.
Nice.
Like I don't want to get out there and be like, terrible when I'm with my advisors and stuff. But I kind of want to get out there and work on the golf game some and hit. I hit a couple decent shots. I'm good. I don't want to be out there flailing all around and stuff. So, but I always told him, that worst comes to worst, I just be like, can I get you a drink? Because I got the corporate car. I'll pay for some drinks.
There you go. I was like, sweet. All right. Yes, let's do it. I'm still here. I just got to find my phone button. Okay. I need to get it forward.
Vanessa said she had altercation in the stoplight over the fact that I was driving slow on the ice. Well, driving slow on the ice is what you should probably do, right? So that's being safe. That was just somebody probably being an ass then, Vanessa, of course, because you definitely got to be safe before anything else. Yeah, when it's like bad weather or like the winter type stuff, I'm like, there's no reason to get upset. It's kind of like when you fly. And like I've flown and I've had people get upset. Like I was upset people were upset one time we were at the airport and they're like, the flight's delayed because they got to change the tire because the tire was basically going flat. And people
I'm like, that's kind of important. So, okay, go for it.
Yeah, some of the people were like all pissed off and like, this is outrageous, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, like literally, if they say the tire's going flat, I want them to land the plane. So I'm okay if it's going to take some time for them to fix that.
Okay.
Right?
It's not a big of a deal. Yeah. It'll be okay.
Yeah, this is kind of important. So, yeah. That door, the 67 Chevy Spring, and dumped it into the melting ice and then crafting team to the next slide. So, yeah. Some people are just asses along those ways. Turned into the road for the base. And yeah, we probably turned into the road for the base. He probably kept on at that point. Like, I'm not messing with a soldier. So, yeah. Yeah, it's all within, reason. It's like there's times where you have to be extra cautious out there, especially like with weather and things like that, or, accidents, things like there's always reasons that out there. But it's just kind of like when things are just kind of clear and nothing going on. It's like, what is happening? Like, why is nobody moving? So that's where it gets a little frustrating at times. But hopefully all is going well, Vanessa, with the new house and you're all settled in. I know you had the closing, so hopefully everything else is good. A little bit of hiccups there.
Like you drinking warm beer? What's going on?
Listen here, Bob Villa. You look at Bob Villa over there doing a new house improvement. Yeah. I mean, 4 beers isn't that a lot many beers, right? So
Not a good.
This is the baby beer now. This is a 5%er. So last night had them sitting next to me at the light and start yelling. Yeah. Yeah. I've never done that. Like sit there and start yelling at someone or whatever. It's kind of like held up my SW29. That was in my seat. Oh, one of these. Like they're probably like, oh, okay, not going to yell there. That's a bust a cap in your ass. So keep it moving. Keep it moving. Yeah.
Move along, move along. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Some people are just like, they take it too far on some of the stuff there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Police were pissed. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're gonna try to roll up with somebody on the base, like, yeah, you're clearly not thinking at that point. Like, good luck there. But I don't know. Kind of driving into work a little bit, a little bit of a change, but it's not anything terrible. It's just funny just seeing some of the patterns and stuff. Most of the time, I just get in there, I put my phone on to the radio, kind of kick some tunes, and kind of pretty much get myself in the mindset to just get ready to go to work and stuff. But yeah. But it is interesting, like how much time can change depending on when you leave the house. So like when I leave like 7:30, I'm like free and clear. But if it's like 7:32, I start running into like some of the bus picking up kids type action.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You would think like 2 or 3 minutes is a difference, but it's a big difference, especially that early. It's like,
yeah. And then it's like I had a thing early this week. I had to be at the office. They were doing a thing at 8 for our training thing I mentioned earlier, but we had like a little bit of breakfast. So I said, well, I'll go a little bit earlier. And I left at 7:20. Well, 7:20, I'm running into more traffic for the people trying to beat the bus people. Right. So then it's like,
damn it.
It's like I left 10 minutes earlier and I still got here at the time I usually get here. So it's kind of like, what is going on? So, yeah.
It's like, what's the point? Should have just left at normal time or even later. You're probably still there at the same time.
Right. Spring of 83 had over 20 feet of snow and trying to melt. Officially a non-runner for the first time at 46 years. Yeah. Congrats to that for sure, Vanessa. But yeah. Something nice to having your house and being able to kind of do that and not be the renter type situation. Just kind of like, this is mine, There's a nice sense of satisfaction to it. JT says, happy housewarming. So there you go. Yeah. That's awesome.
It is nice, yeah.
But yeah. So are you going to do some updates to the channel? Like for your videos or things you got in the hopper you going to put out?
No, so my hopper's dry, which is the problem. I need to actually do some reviews, which I may do some, which I'm sure with Shane being here this weekend, we'll probably do some dual reviews for sure.
Yeah.
At some point. So I just need to stop being lazy and just do it. That's my problem. Is like,
I wouldn't even say it was being lazy. I would just be like, you get so much stuff from doing work and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, not that you're beat down, but you're like, I want to rest for a minute, right? And then it's just like, you're doing other stuff too. So I literally, with this channel, had to push myself at times to get stuff done. So
I mean, what I really need to do is, because to be honest, like if there's nobody here, and other than Thursday nights when we're hanging out and drinking beer, because I feel like we're together drinking beer, not states away from each other.
Yeah,
I'm not one that really just sits home and drinks beer by myself too often. I'm not saying I don't crack open a beer that sometimes or another, but I just don't really do it. So reviewing a beer, once I plan on drinking beer that day or whatever, I don't really do it. But what I should really do, and I thought about this the other day, is like, I need to do a review, because we usually go to Donham Day, the local brewery here that we were talking about earlier. We go on Tuesdays because it's $2 off their pints, and then we usually go Sundays just because Sundays is just kind of all the regulars go there all the time. I mean, it's usually the same people, same 5 or 10 people that go there on those 2 days. So usually go on Sundays also most of the time. Not say we don't go other days also, but those 2 days for sure. But I'm like, on those 2 days I know we're going, like I should just do a beer review before we head over there and just have a beer and just to get started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just before we go in there and drinking beer.
Yeah.
So I
it's
really
kinda
should make it a point to do beer reviews on those days.
well, sometimes it's getting in the mood to even do a beer. Like, we drink here when we do like the live stream and talk about the different beers, but the last beer I had at the house was Saturday when me and Dave did the Midwest beer show, right? So
So you know what I'm saying. So I'm the
during
same
the
way. It's
week,
like,
I don't usually drink during it. It's kind of like, oh, I don't want to do a review tonight or kind of not. And I've got like 7 reviews, I think, queued up right now to put out on the channel, but it's like you don't always have that feel where you want to sit there and drink a beer. But it's funny because we'll go out. Like we went to dinner at Longhorn yesterday, and it was like, oh, I have a couple margaritas or something like that and everything. Or we'll go somewhere else during the weekend. I might have a drink there or have a beer. But it's kind of like, it's at the house. It's like, you do these things, and sometimes people think you drink beer all the time, but you don't really. It's just kind of like,
right, yeah. So you know exactly, you know exactly what I'm saying. It's like I don't, In fact, the last 6 videos we put out was me and her together. I mean, probably 2 weeks ago now. At this point, all those reviews were done the same day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we did like 6 videos, it was 6 beers, but you're splitting them, so it's really like 3 beers a piece, technically. So it's it's not like you're drinking a shit ton in 6 videos worth. It's not that much beer, really, but
yeah,
it's different beers. But if you put it together, it's 3 beers total. So it's not a bunch, but it's a lot of it's a lot of material, and we haven't done it for a while, so.
Well, it's like I have like the beers and stuff here to do, but it's kind of like, I don't know if I do that. But then you go out, and it's kind of, I think but it is like you're out, and I'm like not going to do a video when we're out to dinner, kind of together and stuff, right? But it's kind of like if I was smarter, there's a way to kind of do a review when I was actually out. I'd probably do more video stuff along those lines than when I'm actually here. But there's time you definitely want your own personal private time away from doing the video type stuff. So,
right,
yeah.
I'll
probably this weekend do some of the reviews, and that's probably why I'm holding on to so many beers. It's kind of like you don't always feel the urge where you want to kind of do that. So yeah,
especially if you have like the one-offs or whatever. You're like, if I drink it now, I kind of want to do a video of it, but I also want to drink it. But it's
Well, the problem with being like doing a beer channel sometimes is like you're like, oh, I just want to drink a beer. I don't want to do a video, and then you do the beer, and you're like, damn, this is a good beer. I should have done a video.
Damn, I should have.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the way I am with this Southern Grist, but I think I got one more because I think this is when he brought back 2 singles of.
Yeah.
So if I have another one, I'm definitely going to review on this one because this is really good. It's really good.
The final parts of the wood fire built saving. Oh, nice. So for the oven, the wood fire oven, you'll be getting all that stuff delivered. That's cool. Yeah, I know Vanessa's going to have a pretty good spread at the house there. I mean,
guaranteed. No doubt about that.
No doubt whatsoever.
No doubt.
It's like you could almost like go to Vanessa for like some type of escape or whatever, just to chill and relax for a while. Like a getaway. Like you don't have to go to Martha Vineyard, just go to Vanessa's house and you'll be just fine.
Right. Yes, absolutely.
Take back and relax.
Be taken care of and food and whatever. It's like, all right, you're good.
Yeah. Very much so. Very much so. But yeah, well, I think, anything else to add? We can wrap up. I mean, always fun. Great to be back doing this stuff. I would say the next Thursday won't be in a couple weeks. I'll actually be traveling, but maybe that week after, maybe like May 7th or something. We could try to do something, depending on schedule. But that's when I'll be in Birmingham in a couple weeks doing some stuff there.
Okay.
Which is kind of
just let me know.
Yeah. But thanks for
I'm always available on Thursdays, so whenever.
Yeah, see, she's the keezer. She's building as well. So have the wood fire oven. You got the keezer for the kegs, and you just be able to chill and relax, and just where she's probably at. I can see Vanessa having her spot like kind of in an area too where it's not a lot of light, so you could probably be at nighttime and see the stars and just chill in the backyard and just it's probably a nice serene environment. I'm thinking. When I think of Vanessa's house, yeah, just kick back and chill.
What is and all her swings that she built around the fire also?
Yeah. It's kind of like, definitely a place to kind of kick back, relax, reflect, just do whatever and just enjoy a nice beer, of course, because she'll probably have either Dragon's Milk or Foreign Extra Stout or one of the other Imperial Stouts because she's big in Imperial Stouts. Left Hand might be on tap, so can't go wrong.
I mean, I know I've said this before. It's like, if the world's coming to the end, I know where I'm going. I know we're hanging out for the last week or so. Just, see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to Vanessa's house and it's like, hey, we're here. Let's drink some Dragon's Milk and grill out and see what happens.
I think it was the Day After Tomorrow, whatever, the movie with Gerard Butler, that he was trying to go to New York to get his son at the New York Library when all the weather's up. I'm like, no, forget him. We're going to Connecticut. We're going to see Vanessa. We're going to be
we're going to bypass that and keep
keep going. Sorry, kid, you're on your own. Figure it out.
You're right. Yeah. Sorry about your luck. You're out.
Oh, but thanks for everybody that tuned in. Great time as always. New videos coming back to the channel. Again, if you didn't see the Soluble Oak episode, you can see that from last Saturday here on the channel. Incredible. If you want to add oak to your beer in an instantaneous way, you can just put a few drops in. If you're home brewing, you can put it in your bright tank after fermentation. It'll add oak infused. You don't have to worry about the barreling. It's pretty cool. So and I have a friend, he's actually sending me French oak to actually try that as well. So stay tuned. Ooh. I'll probably do some videos kind of just focusing in on what they're doing with this there as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. So a lot of good stuff happening. My next thing here, I'll get the reviews up, but May 2nd will be the Midwest Beer Show. And then I think we're going to have somebody on for the BA that Dave's going to have an interview with to share kind of some stuff there with the Brewers Association and then some other stuff we'll be talking about. But going to get into some more stuff. We talked in the past. I'm going to have more things. I finally got time to get back into some of the hop type stuff. I know you told me before, Todd, how you enjoy some of the hop type breakdowns and things like that. So more of that education stuff. And again, the reviews, I like doing the reviews, but it might be more of the other stuff to start seeing on the channel as well. Reviews will still be here, but it might not be as much as some of the other stuff happening. So we'll see. Trying to take this up, as people have noticed, probably doing some different things with the thumbnails now, kind of bringing a different look to the channel. So a lot of good things to definitely happen for sure.
It's more. I always like the informational stuff that you did. Like the hop stuff or whatever. Like I feel like a lot of people just don't know about individual hops or the flavors or the differences. Like that's totally a good thing to go into for sure.
Yeah, I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. To be able to share. I feel like there's so many people doing beer review type stuff too now, where it's kind of like I don't have to carry that torch because there's so many people already doing it. So
right,
it's it's like we talk about the breweries and things. It's adapting, so I want to make sure to keep bringing good things to folks and having fun. And why you want to come back and enjoy the channel, because you see all the good time all the time. Want to keep going to 11. we got to go to work. You're like us going to 11 is like you going to 10. You're an hour behind us, JT. Like right now it's 9:30 for him.
You're right. Yeah, no kid. Yeah. He's still early in the night.
And shout out to Liz too, by the way, JT. Tell her we say hello.
Yeah, tell her hey.
And I'm trying to get back up to Chicago at some point, so we'll definitely get back up there and catch up, hit maybe Dovetail or something like that and everything. And of course, I got to hit my spot for the burgers. So I got to get back up there again. So.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, man. Now I want one of those so bad that as you said, I was like,
I got to get back for that as well.
Rod.
Yeah. It's funny. Dave was asking me, a couple weeks ago, he's like, what's that place you were talking about downtown? Because him and his wife were downtown. It's like, it was Exchequer. And they actually went and he talked about how good the pizza was. I'm like, yeah. I said, when I was there, the guy said they had won best pizza of the year. Obviously, I don't know if he was telling me just that to blow smoke or what, but they said it was really good. So Exchequer Pub, me and JT got together at Miller's Pub, which is like near where that was. But so much good things you can do in Chicago. I love visiting Chicago. It's a great time. The food, the cuisine. It's just the cold. If you go in the fall and the winter, that cold, man, that hits you. That you got to bundle up for sure. But yeah,
no, we definitely need to go back there because when we went there a couple of years ago, it was so much fun. Just for we know it was a great time.
Yeah, it's just a great time to be up there and do the different things and go to the Bean, go to the Navy Pier, go to different stuff, and one of the great cities to actually visit. And of course, the beer scene. Can't say enough about that, right? So,
yeah.
Sure. Always a fun time. But that being said, we will go ahead and sign off. Everybody have a great night, have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah, we in the zone tonight. RJ on the mic, it's a beer delight. Let's go. Shout to the viewers raising our glass high. 5 Street vibe, we ain't gonna lie. Thank you for joining this wild ride. Be Adventures fan, we gon' take it in stride. We got hops and malts, every flavor's ahead. Kicking it live, you know we never quit. East Coast styles, you know we bring the heat. Talking rules and vibes, can't stop the beat. Thank you for joining this wild ride. Be Adventures fan, we gon' take it in stride.